Well, if it isn't Saucy Jack. Just a few minutes late, as usual. Hey, Alfarius. Welcome to the stream. How you doing? Gonna love this game. Funny thing is, I actually have already played it. I have not played this version of the game, but I have played it. And I do enjoy it, so you are correct. That is absolutely right. Hate to spoil it before I start playing it, but yeah, no, I did enjoy it when I played it, but did not play this version of it, so we are gonna get started with it in just a couple of minutes. Fun fact, YouTube recommended to me, it said the stream bitrate is too low on Studio over there, and it said we recommend a bitrate of 6,800 kbps or something like that. And I said, okay, well, does that take into account the fact that I have 4 other people in my house who are all using the internet right now? Does that take into account the fact that I'm not sure if my computer will explode if that happens? Like, what are we? Is that just in isolation? Is that a recommendation without knowing all of the pieces there, YouTube? What's the deal there? I don't know, but there it is. So that's what they said. I did not bump it up for what it's worth. I'm fairly certain just me being on this is already going to mess with everyone else's ability to connect to the Wi-Fi in this house. Because if our internet service provider didn't throttle us before I started streaming again, they sure as hell are gonna now. But in any case, I think I'll put on my handy dandy wristband here. And I think we'll get started. It's been long enough. Other people can filter in as we go. But yes, so this is the first stream back for me in 7 months. Worth mentioning that the fact that I am returning after 7 months, lots of stuff has happened. Family moved back into the house, so it's me and 4 other people in the house now, so there's significantly less quiet, as if I didn't want to, if I wanted to do this professionally, I would not be able to do it currently because there's just too much noise. But for now, and I'm hesitating to say it, but for now, it seems like the noise level is at a minimum. I'm going to knock on my head because there's no wood nearby to knock on, but we shall see if it remains that way. But if there are background noises that cause issues, I apologize. There isn't really a whole lot I can do about it because there's just more people in the house now, so hopefully the audio levels are okay as well. I did a quick check before I started, and it was very the game's audio was pretty high, and my audio was pretty minimal, so I did some adjustments. Hopefully it's all right. And I guess we'll find out if it's all right in a little bit, because I think it's time we get going, so here we go. I thought about it. I have not booted this version of the game up at all. So there may be some... This is what I get for starting to do this before I finished up with this semester of school. There may be some installing that has to go on in about 3 seconds here if it has to update the software, because I did not boot this up at all before we started. But maybe it won't. We'll see. Now this is important, worth mentioning, because this game has come out after the internet became more cognizant of things that trigger people. So this is a horror game, and it is not intended for all audiences. Please visit the website of the developers if you need a list of specific content warnings. I will not explicitly be calling them out. I don't think. Well, maybe I will. It just kind of depends on how much I remember, but we'll see. Slay the Princess contains flickering image effects as well as parallax effect that on rare occasions has caused motion sickness in players. I'm going to be turning the flickering images off, but the parallax doesn't bother me, so hopefully it doesn't bother you. If either of these effects cause health issues for you, you can disable them in the game's preferences, so there you go. But despite the fact that this is a horror game, whatever horrors you may find in these dark spaces, have heart and see them through. There are no premature endings, there are no wrong decisions, there are only fresh perspectives and new beginnings. This is a love story. And I think I'll have to be the judge of that. Oh wow, the game went really soft there for a second. Now maybe we'll have to make some adjustments. A quiet moment before the storm. Let's find out. How you doing, everybody? My name is Monochromium. I'm back from my long time away, with the first game back being Slay the Princess. So that's what this is. Let me just fix this real quick. Oh, okay. Wow. It's all the way up. It's not. Okay. It is all the way up. Wow. See, the audio on the XMB was a lot lower than this. So that's surprising to me. Hold on, I'll make some adjustments here. Hang on. Let's see. So, because I can't even hear that at all. So let's make some changes, shall we? Hang on. Let me do this for me. And then, okay, here we go. Flickering images. We're going to turn that off. Oh, there it goes. Okay. That's a little louder. We're not going to auto advance text. Blinking CTC. I don't know what that actually is. Now that I think about it. Quick menu. We can leave that there. Yeah, I don't know what that is. I don't think that was in, because I've played the PC version, so this isn't a blind stream through. This is a live one. I've played this game before, just not this version. So, but let me fix the audio over on OBS now. Hold on. Hold the phone. All right, we'll have to take a look at that and see if that makes a difference, because that's not what I expected to happen when I booted this up. I expected it to be as loud as it was on the XMB, and here it is significantly softer. Surprising. Yeah, I can't hear that at all. So I don't know if there's just no sound effect for that right now, or I could have sworn there was like a little sound that happens as you're switching that on and off, but I could be wrong about that. Well, we'll make some adjustments as needed, I guess, because I did not expect this. I mean, I would expect this is in, English, so. This one, there we go. Okay, well, either way, I guess we press forward, so without further ado, let's try to figure out what's up with it, because this prompt it's Slay the Princess. It's a little bit of an not a normal prompt. It's pretty close, but that one word changes the whole dynamic here. So let's see what the heck is going on, shall we? Chapter 1: The Hero and the Princess.
You're on a path in the woods.
There we go.
And at the end of that path is a cabin.
Oh,
and in
wow.
the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Sorry, I didn't expect the camera movements to be on the gyro on the controller. I just sort of was moving it with one hand, but wow, there it goes. Okay. Anyway.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Now if I press up, okay, that's how it does it. It lets me, using the D-pad, I can go and make these adjustments. Okay, cool. So, this is fine for now. I'm going to adjust sound volume. You usually need down at least 1 or 2. I'm going to adjust that down. The voice volume, I think I'm going to put it down exactly one and just see if it's good. Okay, anyway. Sorry, probably should have done this troubleshooting before I started up the stream, but that's okay. Anyway, now. So, the end of the world. You just mean all this will be gone if I don't slay this princess?
I'm talking about the end of everything as we know it. No more birds, no more trees, and perhaps most problematically of all, no more people. You have to put an end to her.
I don't know, I just kind of find it hard to believe, man. Like, I know you're the narrator, I know you're the one telling the story, but I just find it hard to believe that this princess can do that.
Don't linger on the specifics. You have a job to do here. Just get in there and do what needs to be done. We're all counting on you.
That doesn't put me any more at ease. I don't think he needs evidence, he's the narrator. Oh, I've got the little cursor. So the cursor is your mouse on the PC version, so I guess the cursor shows up on that side of things. Can I? Okay, it doesn't have to do with the touchpad. All right, cool. Sorry, just double checking some things before we get started here. Killing a princess seems kind of bad, though, doesn't it? Like, okay, listen. I think this is a fair question to ask. Like, do you think that she would do something? Okay, let's say she can end the world from the basement of a cabin. If she's locked away in a cabin, in the basement of a cabin, I'd be pretty pissed about that.
While I appreciate the mental exercise, we are running up against a bit of a ticking clock.
Uh-huh.
Nevertheless, let me assure you, the princess is locked up because she's dangerous. She is not dangerous because she's locked up. And before you decide to waste even more of our time by asking how I know that, let me suggest a more pragmatic lens through which to view this situation.
You had a fair point. I was going to ask that question.
Causality doesn't matter here, because the end result is the same no matter what led us up to this point. If the princess leaves the cabin, the world will end, and there is no changing that.
Okay, well...
It's no use arguing semantics over a metaphorical chicken or egg, because the egg is hatched and it's about to ruin everything.
I mean, the egg is still trapped in the cabin if we're still sticking with metaphorical stuff here, but...
Unless, of course, you do your job and slay her.
Huh. Can't someone else do that? I mean, he wouldn't be narrating to me if someone else could do this. Or I'm just one of many, and if I mess this up, then someone else has to do this. So, Let's see. No, I'm not really okay with the world ending. I don't really care for a reward. I feel like telling him this probably isn't a good idea. He's the narrator, so like he controls the flow of the story, right? So like if I'm not convinced that he's telling me the truth, which at this point, then it's probably a good idea for me not to tell him exactly what my thought process is here. So sweet, I've always wanted to offer monarch. Vive la revolution. I feel like if I turn around and leave at this point, that seems kind of silly. So let's just be cordial for now. Let's not give away our cards yet, you know.
Don't mention it. It's all part of the job. You make your way up the short path to the cabin.
There it is.
You'll find the princess within.
Okay.
A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
So is anyone going to tell me the truth here, or...?
We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them.
That is the usual paradigm.
Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
But what if the paradigm's different here? I don't have enough information. That's the important thing to say here. And I mean, obviously that's by design, but let's just... The cabin has the answers. So in we go.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade.
That looks a little dangerous where it's at. Maybe put it, like, closer to the middle of the table so it doesn't just fall off and stab me in the foot.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
You sure, man? I mean, like, the cursor. Look at the cursor. I mean, lest we forget the fact that I have a, you know, my fists are registered as deadly weapons in the state of New York, but other than that, look at my hand. I have a talon on my finger there. I'm pretty sure I don't need a knife. I'm pretty sure I could gouge someone's eyes out if I wanted to with my bare hands, so I think I'll be okay.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
Because if you don't kill her, the mold sure will at some point.
Her voice softly carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
It's hypnotizing. It's the kind of voice you only have to hear once to remember it for the rest of your life.
Alright, stay focused, hero.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation. You're playing a dangerous game by coming here unarmed.
Yeah, I'll be the judge of that later. Maybe it's best we don't say anything just yet because I don't want to give her an impression. Let's just go down.
Good. You're still listening to reason. It would be better if you had a weapon, but you may still be able to do what needs to be done. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
She's smaller than I expected her to be. I mean, I guess the voice was pretty small, but...
She's beautiful. How could someone like this be a threat to anyone? I am begging you to stay focused. There's a lot riding on you here.
We need you to stop being so enamored with her.
Hi. Do you think you can get me out of these chains?
I think it's a better idea. Let's get a better read on her first before we listen to anybody involved in this situation, because I don't necessarily trust the narrator, but it's hard to tell who to trust. I'm so new to all this. Let's just have a chat first.
Okay.
I'm sure that's not normally what you get from someone who might be involved with your captors, but let's do this. You know, that's a good place to start. What's your name?
Oh.
What do you mean, oh? Is your name O?
She pauses, carefully formulating her words before she responds.
You can address me as Your Royal Highness. Or you can just call me Princess if Your Royal Highness is too formal.
Is Princess her name or her title? What if it's both? Could you imagine being named Princess Princess?
That'd be almost as ridiculous as being named Mario Mario. Wait. So, Princess is your name or your title?
Like I said, you can call me Princess if you'd like. I'm sorry, I've been down here so long, I guess I've just forgotten.
You forgot your
I must
name?
have a name, though. Everyone has a name.
Well, you're right, but how long have you been down here?
Okay, that's weird.
Yeah, you're telling me.
She hadn't even thought to pick a name for herself. Hopefully you're starting to see that she can't be trusted. Go back upstairs, get the blade, and slay her before it's too late.
Well, you've been down here for a while. I think this is a fair question.
I don't see what that has to do with anything.
It has to do with a lot. If you haven't been eating or drinking anything and you're still alive, you might not be very trustworthy because you may not be as human as you look.
This is the only time this is ever going to happen. but I agree with the princess. That's hardly relevant.
You're not seeing the forest through the trees here, man.
Okay, but actually, what has she been eating? She has to eat, right?
And drink. Let's not forget drink. Huh. Let's see. So all these options with explore in front of them, they don't advance the text to the next stage of this, so you can usually 9 times out of 10 you can pick them fairly freely without it doing anything. So that's why I wouldn't be like, excuse me, if you go down here, these ones would advance to the next thing, the next set of dialogue, but the rest of the ones up here that have explore, they're the ones that you can say without really aggravating the situation. So but this is another fair question, so let's ask this one.
Of course I'm locked up down here for a reason.
Well, right, I would have expected you'd protest that, but
I don't actually know what that reason is, but you don't just stuff a princess in a basement and throw away the key without there being some sort of an explanation, right?
fair point. Although, did they throw away the key? I mean, I didn't see a key in the cabin, so I suppose they must have.
You have all the explanation you need. You should know better than to trust whatever she comes up with.
I mean, I'm not necessarily trusting her, I'm just trying to hear her side. She has a say in all this, too. What are you going to do if I let you out of here? She's going to leave. That's what she's going to do. I don't feel like anything beyond that. Is that any problem of ours? I don't even know if we need to ask that. I feel like her behavior is bizarre, but it's not outside the realm of the kind of behavior someone would have if they don't trust you. And I haven't exactly done anything to be trustworthy at this point, right? So I think we come clean with her just so she understands why I'm so cagey about all this, because I'll tell you what I was told. You're supposed to end the world there, young lady. That's what I've been told. And honestly, I'm still not sure what to believe, so.
Is that why they threw me down here? But I don't want to hurt anyone. I like the world, I think.
I think it'd be kind of hard to like the world after they threw that kind of judgment at you, but.
I don't remember much about it, to be honest. I've been down here for so long.
That's... How long has she been locked away?
We've been over this. We don't know how long, but long enough to where I'd be concerned about her eating and drinking.
Did they tell you how I'm supposed to end the world?
I think that was the correct question, actually. I think that was the correct question because, quite honestly, no. They haven't told me how you're supposed to end the world, and quite honestly, I don't entirely trust you, but I don't get the impression that you're a dangerous person. I just get the impression that you're a person who doesn't trust me because you don't know me, and fair point, so.
Sooner or later, you'll learn to trust me. Hopefully it won't be too late when you finally come around.
I don't know, man. Like, listen, if she's supposed to be able to end the world, wouldn't it be better to, like, get on her good side of things? Like, because if you aggravate her, doesn't she just end the world faster? Like, I feel like that's going to be a bit of a problem, you know?
Thank you for believing me. Now, can you help me get out of here?
She's really laying it on thick, isn't she? Well, I don't really have any more questions. There was only one other question, and I didn't really feel like asking it, so let's see what we can do.
You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
And I didn't exactly bring an implement with me to do something about that. Whoops.
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
No, ma'am.
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs.
I didn't see it upstairs.
Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
It's a fair point. Yeah, I mean, loath as I am to say it, the only thing that's binding her is her arm, so if we have to, we have a knife upstairs. I don't exactly have any bandages to wrap up her arm, but we could probably, you know, just kind of ka-chink, 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 you know what I mean? So let me go check. Hang on.
Okay, I'll be here. Good luck.
You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut.
Wow, rude.
You hear the click of a lock sliding into place.
Well, that's not
Is
very
someone
nice.
else here?
Well, let's see if it's actually locked first.
You try the door, but it's locked from the outside.
Damn. So who else is in there? All right, who locked me down here?
Your shouts and pleas are met with silence.
Please, you think I'm that desperate?
You're here to slay the princess, and you won't leave until the task is done.
Okay, so I had a feeling it wasn't a good idea to trust you. Now I can see where the cards lie, Mr. Narrator. Back down we go.
You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd just taken the blade like you were supposed to. Easier for whom?
Easier for the narrator, that's for sure, but...
Easier for everyone. Look at the mess you're in.
A mess that you created by locking us down here. Let's not forget.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
They did. Sorry.
There's a slight panic rising in the princess's voice.
If I could just get out of these chains, I know we could force our way out of here together.
Well, I mean, I don't want to be this guy, but you're pretty dainty. You could probably, like, wiggle your wrist around and, I don't know, fold your fingers in. It looks pretty tight, though, so maybe not. Well, before we do anything drastic, let me look around a little bit and okay then. Don't like that.
Through her limb with the determination of a trapped wolf.
I mean, yeah.
As she rips her flesh from her bone, a sound comes from behind you. The clang of bouncing metal.
What the hell was...
It's the blade from upstairs. You're not sure how it made its way down here, but if there's a time to strike, it's now.
For once, we agree, but I don't think we agree on the same thing.
Or we could use it to free her.
Yeah.
You won't like what happens if you do that.
I'll be the judge of that, actually.
Fine. Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the ragged, self-inflicted wound on the princess's arm, just above the unyielding chain binding her to this place.
I'm gonna cut her at the Well, I guess I'm gonna cut her where she already tore her flesh open, so that makes sense, but I would rather cut, like, at the wrist. Wouldn't it be easier to cut through there? I don't know. Maybe not, because there's, like, ligaments and stuff, but she's losing the use of this arm, that's for sure. And, again, if she's willing enough to chew through her own flesh to try to get out of here, then I'm glad I made this decision. I'd rather she's on my side if she's gonna do that. Jesus. All right, anyway. Sorry, ma'am, this is gonna hurt a little bit.
You cut into her flesh.
I hope this thing's sharp enough to cut through her arm bone.
The blade is sharp, and it takes little effort to crack through the bone of her arm.
Well, I guess I was worried for nothing.
Her limb falls to the ground, and the heavy chains follow suit.
Yeah, that's...
She didn't so much as utter a sound through the whole ordeal.
Now you're seeing why I wanted her on my side. All the more reason to have her on my side if she can literally lose a hand without flinching. That's not human. Hey, Conker, how you doing? Welcome back. Looks pretty thin. How'd she be able to... Oh, well, all right then. Yeah, that's what I said, too. Yes, that is correct. You'd think she'd be able to slip out of that, but apparently not.
No, she didn't.
She did not utter a sound. Again, all
She
the more
smiles
reason.
softly as her gaze meets yours, blood from her wounded arm dripping rhythmically to the ground.
Do you want me to help you with that, or...
How is she still smiling after everything? It's like she isn't even bothered by what just happened.
Well, she's probably not. Again, she's not human. We've established that at this point.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
But that doesn't mean we should treat her any differently. So, you're welcome. Come on, let's see if we can break the door down.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. No, I can't just let her escape into the world.
But what are you gonna do? Come down here and make me stab her? Oh, I shouldn't have said anything. I really shouldn't have said anything.
Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just do that. Watch me.
I'm not gonna stand here and watch while you possess my body.
What are you doing?
Good question. Oh my god. Good question. Hold on. I'm trying to resist. I just need to find the option to. There we go. I'm out of my own control. Get out of the way.
Stop that.
No, make me.
Something's come over you, hasn't it? You know you don't have to do this, right?
I'm aware. I'm not the one doing this.
Your body lunges forward, the blade held low, ready to sink into her heart.
This is a tangent. That was a fear and hunger sound. The sound of the knife just now. Interesting.
But the princess dodges, stumbling back against the wall before the blade has a chance to connect.
Yeah, I think the princess and the narrator both have their own agendas, yeah. And I've got my own, so I guess we're all trying to compete against each other here. We'll see who comes out on top.
Stop it. Stop trying to resist me. I'm trying to get you out of here alive.
No, you're trying to get me killed. She literally has a deadly weapon on her arm now. Her bone is a knife. 2 knives, for that matter, because we had to cut into it in order to get her out of there. She can just as easily stab me as you want me to stab her. So piss right off.
The blade. Move the blade.
You can't make me.
As your body remains frozen in stubborn resistance, the princess takes a cautious step forward.
We both know this isn't you.
You are 100% right. So what do we do?
She nervously reaches towards you and takes the blade from your infuriatingly rigid hands. What are you doing?
Losing control of the only weapon I have besides my talons for arms. Holy shit, man. I thought I had 1 claw. I've got 5.
I'm sorry. I'll try to be quick.
Oh, okay. Well,
She plunges it into your chest, tearing through flesh and sinew. It is agony. But you aren't dead yet.
Is it agony? I mean, my blood is spraying everywhere, but it... Like, how did you miss every vital organ by stabbing into my chest? Like...
Oh no, I'm so sorry.
I didn't think that was possible. You're really bad at this. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be mean, but you're really bad at this, you know?
Stay strong. We can tough it out until it's done. For her sake.
I really don't see what you're all worried about. Like, I'm not feeling much of anything just yet, other than the little bit of spray.
Don't you start pretending that dying a painful death is some sort of heroic gesture. The 2 of you have literally doomed everyone.
Actually, that depends on whether she can break the door down after I die in a second, if she ever hits a vital organ.
Whatever. She sinks the blade into your chest again and again and again, and you feel every inch of burning pain that slices its way into your body.
I'll be the judge of that. Let's see how she does.
I'm sorry,
Oh.
I'm sorry.
Okay, don't be sorry. Just go a little more to the left.
Use a knife, does she?
No kidding. Now go a little more up.
Though it doesn't matter how sloppy her blade work is, does it? A stab wound is still a stab wound, and it won't be long before you bleed out.
Yeah, but she still needs to hit something vital so that it can be a little quicker. Oh,
I'm so sorry.
yep, you got something vital that time. Ow.
One last thrust of the knife. Your legs give out beneath you. You collapse to the floor, your blood pooling around you, your limbs unresponsive. The princess stares down at your ruined chest as tears carve rivulets of pink down her blood-spattered cheeks.
Good job. I think you hit my heart.
It can't just end like this, right?
What do you mean? Do you see how much blood is everywhere?
Oh, that's rich coming from you. As much as I'd prefer for things to have gone differently, I can't deny the reality of what's happened. The two of you made your choice. It's over.
Well, he's right.
Everything goes dark, and you die.
Guess it's up to the next guy to take over for me. Blech. Chapter 2, The Damsel.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Wait, I'm alive. Why is the piano in minor key now?
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Yeah, that's an understatement. I'm getting a terrible sense of deja vu. Yeah, I think that's fair to say. It's one way of putting it.
A terrible sense of deja vu? No, you don't have that. This is the first time either of us have been here.
Are you sure? Because I very clearly remember getting my chest ripped open a second ago.
If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way.
Well, yeah, he did kind of try to get us killed previously, so...
Yes, he didn't approve of us last time, did he?
Wait, who are
We're
you?
going to save our beloved. We'll have to be sneaky about it.
And why do you remember what happened last time? You weren't here. Or were you? Something fishy going on here, and it sure as hell ain't Cod.
Our beloved?
I mean, you were pretty enamored with her last time.
Yes, you'll have to be very sneaky about your intentions if you're going to try and save the princess.
You know, we should probably not have these arguments because we're all kind of in my head, so we can all kind of hear each other. Whoops.
Ah, so all of the cards are on the table. Then you should know that we and the princess are in love, and the four of us will be foiling any and all assassination attempts you've got in the works.
We will?
We'll see about that. Whatever you do, just be sure to ignore him specifically. It sounds like he's the sort who'd sacrifice the whole world for a peck on the cheek.
He's got his priorities straight, that's for sure, but I don't know if those straight priorities are going to help us because I still don't have a lot of information about this girl.
What can
Or
I
you,
say?
for that matter.
A world without love is a world that isn't worth saving.
Yeah, but no, like, genuinely, I'm not trying to be that guy, but we've literally been through this.
We could go back and forth on this forever, and it won't get you any closer to doing your job and saving the world.
Yeah,
So let's just
4?
agree to disagree.
Let's see. So 4 would be me, voice of the hero, voice of the smitten. He's probably also got including the narrator in that, actually, because I mean, I would think he'd say the 3 of us because we're working against the narrator, but the narrator's in my head too, so I think he's referring to the narrator too when he says 4. So why should I listen to you? Why should I bother doing anything? That feels like a silly question to ask, but he's got a point. I think our answers are at the cabin anyway, because like last time, we won't get any more information if we just stand out here, so off we go.
A warning before you go any further.
Let me guess.
She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
Yeah. Interesting advice. I wonder who else I shouldn't believe here.
We already told you we're not playing along with your little game. It's your lies that can't be trusted. Her beauty is the only thing in the world we can believe in.
Is it wrong that I'm already kind of sick of this guy?
I think we've already been over this. I'm pretty sure he just likes the sound of his own voice.
Are we sure he's not the voice of the narcissist?
I do, but I also speak from the heart. My passions are too great to be stifled. They must be expressed.
Uh-huh.
Sure, yeah, your passions are strong and all, but not everyone needs to hear them. Some things are better kept quiet. Don't pay their bickering any mind. Focus on the task ahead.
Alright. Well, we're all going there anyway, so let's just get in there. No matter what we choose to do, we have to see what she's up to.
The interior
Wait.
of the cabin is clean and elegant.
This is
its
different.
Stone walls draped in fine threaded tapestries. A prison befitting a royal prisoner. The only furniture of note is an ornate wooden table with a pristine blade perched on its edge.
Uh-huh. Well, the blade's still here, but everything else is different.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Yeah, and that's a fair point, actually. What about... like, everything else looks like it blends in with the background. The mirror looks like it's poking out.
That's because there isn't a mirror. There's a table, the blade sitting on the table, and the door to the basement. There's nothing else in here.
Are you sure? Take a closer look, man. I don't know how much you can see, but...
There's definitely a mirror.
Yeah.
There isn't.
I'm sure the princess would tell us there was a mirror if she were up here.
But it doesn't sound like... it doesn't sound like the narrator's lying. It sounds like he can't see it.
In which case she'd be lying to you because, again, there isn't a mirror.
Unless it's something he just doesn't want us to see. I want to see how handsome I am. I'm just gonna go. I will show you where the mirror is. It's right here.
Walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here.
You're not even gonna comment on the streamer that's behind the mirror, or...?
This really isn't funny.
And I don't mean streamer as in myself, I mean streamer as in like the banner that was hanging on the other wall that is also hanging on this wall behind this one. Well, the mirror's a little foggy, so maybe if I wipe it clean I can finally get a look at myself and figure out why I have crow talons. Thought I cut my nails earlier today. Oh.
You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now.
Well, that's bizarre.
But it was there a second ago.
And it doesn't sound like he took it away, either. Because usually when he does something, and I mean the narrator, he has to say that he's doing something first, at least based on what I've seen previously.
And now it's gone. Pity. We could have a feather out of place,
A
and now
feather
we'll
out
never
of
know.
place?
We can't gallantly sweep her off her feet if we have a feather out of place.
What the hell am I? Alright, well, anyway, I didn't need the blade last time. It only got us in trouble, so let's just go down there again.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing an intricate stairwell. Gold-trimmed carpet glimmers in the light of the torches positioned along the walls. The basement almost seems welcoming in the dim firelight.
Yeah, something's definitely off here, because this is not what the cabin looked like last time.
But it's still a stone basement. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. A soft voice carries up the stairs.
Here we go again.
Hello? Is someone there?
She's more high-pitched this time.
Her voice. It's somehow even more beautiful than last time. I can hear wedding bells already.
Alright, keep it in your pants, man.
I've held my tongue till now, but you're taking this a little too far. We barely even know the princess. We can still do right by her without all this over-the-top fawning.
It's a fair point. You usually don't get into a relationship with someone. That's called love at first sight. And it turns into a very awkward parasocial thing if you follow that to the end of the earth. Hey Marie, how you doing? Welcome back. Oh, that's what the thumbnail was. Good evening. You're in a power outage, so you won't be here long. Oh, that's not fun. Sorry to hear that. Hopefully the power outage doesn't last too long. But the VOD will be there at the end of all of this, so you'll be able to see what's up.
Yes, for everyone's sake, you're not in love. Just remember that her charms are all part of the manipulation. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess.
She seems different.
There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall.
Like, either she's closer to me, or... No, there's something else. It's hard to put my finger on it, but... I mean, obviously it has to do with the way she's being drawn, but there's something different about her this time.
My love, we're here to rescue you from your unjust and foul imprisonment.
Alright, man, slow your roll.
You know she can't hear you, right?
I'm kind of glad, because, good lord, man.
She may not be able to hear my words, but surely she can hear my spirit.
For Christ's sake.
Oh, your spirit's plenty loud, all right.
No kidding.
It's you, my dashing hero. I was so worried you wouldn't come back.
Wait. You remember that too?
Did you hear that? She said we're dashing. And she called us a hero.
Alright, you two are not paying attention to the important part here. She remembers what happened.
Flattery really goes a long way with the two of you, doesn't it?
I guess so. It makes them not see the bigger picture.
Waiting for you to come back. I didn't want to believe your ravings back in the woods, but this is next to incontrovertible evidence. You've been here before.
I thought you said not to trust the words she says. Now you're trusting her? I'm still with you, though. How do you remember what happened?
That's right, villain. And you killed us.
Actually, she killed us because I wouldn't let him kill her.
Well, she killed us.
Yeah, as self-defense.
Only because he made us try and kill her. It was self-defense. Our beloved's hands remain unstained by cruelty.
He had me in the first 2/3, not gonna lie, but no, I'm pretty sure all of our hands are stained with blood right now. Hers, definitely, because she took my life.
And you've died before. So an entire world has been damned to oblivion. I'd really hoped I'd be the first, but what's done is done. What matters is you have a chance to do it right this time.
So, when we died the last time, you're saying she actually ended that world, and we just sort of quantum braked over to this one?
We damned a whole world. But everything reset. Nothing resets, you're just somewhere else. You can't keep hopping between worlds forever. Especially not without leaving a trail of incomprehensible devastation behind you. This is horrible.
Well, that's interesting, though. I mean, I suppose actions do have consequences after all, so I shouldn't be shocked. It makes things more complicated, doesn't it? You killed me last time, and it hurt a lot. Why did you do that? I really actually like that. I'm sorry about what happened. Like, I mean, I've been cordial before with the narrator, so it feels right to be cordial with her. But yeah, sorry about what happened. I didn't have rightful control of myself, unfortunately. Someone else is in here, and they're telling me what to do. The voices in my head, you see, they won't leave me alone.
If another version of me was pushed to such drastic action, it was for good reason.
I mean, she wasn't really doing anything other than gnawing her own arm off, and all of a sudden you freaked all the way out. But apparently it was a different version of you, so I can't really fault you for your other you's actions.
That's okay. You were just doing your best, and that's all that matters.
God, I hate when people say that.
She took that in stride, to a surprising extent. And almost
It's possible that she
unsettling
ended the
extent,
world. Maybe that's
actually.
why things look different now. Yeah, it's possible. So, like, if she ended the world and then she hopped over here with us, but she remembers that we were resisting trying to kill her, so maybe she... And, I mean, as we established previously, she's probably not human, because most humans wouldn't be able to gnaw their own arm off under their own power. I mean, there's still bone in there that she would have to cut through. She didn't quite get to the bone part, but she did take through her flesh pretty easily. So maybe she's influencing all of this, and that's why everything looks the way it does?
That's because she's perfect.
No, it's because she's an eldritch abomination.
Do you think she has someone like him telling her what to do?
I mean, we could ask her.
She doesn't. There's no one else like me.
You say that like it's a good thing.
I think he's right. Because
I mean, I don't know if I can
like
handle
it
two
better if
narrators.
She doesn't have some horrid little voice like him, always trying to drive her to violence.
I'm not sure if what you like matters much here. I don't need to ask this because I know why she killed me last time, but this is a fair question.
You died, and now we're talking.
Yeah, I was hoping for more evidence than that. Do I tell her this? I'm gonna ask her. I don't know if this is a good idea. I'm gonna ask her.
I don't know. Was I supposed to have ended the world? Would that have made you happy?
Why are you asking me?
Isn't that just like our darling princess? She wants to make us happy. My heart melts further with every word that passes through her beautiful lips.
I don't like this.
you listening to her? That's a confession.
Yeah, but there's more to it than that. If she's only doing things to make me happy... Ugh, God. It's like the apotheosis of the bad parasocial relationship. I want out of this. Yeah, no, I don't think I want the world to end, actually.
Then I didn't end the world.
Well, that was easy.
See? She didn't confess anything. She is innocence itself.
You only hear what you want to hear, don't you?
Not so sure.
Well, anyway, so I didn't bring the knife. Do you need me to go get it, or?
I'm okay with whatever you come up with. You can cut my arm off again.
And you know, she regenerated her arm, too. I mean, it's probably fair. If she's capable of ending the world, she can probably regrow limbs. I don't think it's that far off, but...
We won't be laying a finger on her perfect wrists, and indeed, we won't even have to. Do you see how dainty her hands are? We'll be able to slip her right out with no harm done.
I said that we might be able to do that last time, maybe... Did me suggesting that make a difference?
What? No, she's a prisoner here. You can't just slip her hand through the chains.
Well, now I want to know.
Why are you two arguing over the logistics of slipping her hand out of her shackles? She just said she'd be okay with any idea we came up with. Am I the only one here who thinks that's weird?
No, I'm right here with you. It's really weird.
She didn't care last time. Why should she care this time? That's our stoic, smiling angel.
Last I checked, she cared a lot last time, actually, because she was really starting to panic when she realized we might not get out of the basement, so she cared a lot.
No, you're right. It's extremely bizarre behavior and further evidence that she's a monster who's not to be trusted. So go ahead and slay her.
I mean, I know I said my fists are deadly weapons, but, like... Excuse me, I didn't bring the knife, and apparently, according to you, I can't slay her without doing that, and there is no choice for me to go back and get the blade, so I guess we'll just get her out of there.
No. I can't let you do that. If you take another step towards the princess, I'll...
You what?
Take over our body and force us to try and kill her?
We've already seen that timeline, friend.
I would if you had a weapon.
Yeah, about that. Maybe that's why I didn't bring it.
Not on my watch, villain. My passions contain titanic depths,
Oh, God.
and if you try anything that might harm our dearest, I will end our life without a second thought.
You don't have the jurisdiction to do that. I do. And that doesn't mean I'm going to.
You wouldn't.
I'm kind of with him on that one.
I would.
Maybe he's just bluffing.
I'd listen to him if I were you. He has a lot of strong feelings. And doesn't the world end if we don't stop her?
Wow.
You
Hey.
approach the princess and gingerly slide her hand from her bindings. That shouldn't have worked. I'll be damned. We're doomed.
Well, it worked this time. That's good. I don't have to cut her arm off.
I can't believe it. But I guess I have to.
I mean, evidently whoever put her in here didn't do a very good job of locking her up this time, but if what I said tracks, she put her in here and waited for me. So the reason why this is the way it is because she wanted it to be easy for me, because she wants to make me happy, which is... still don't like that.
I told you, there's no life more worth living than that of a true believer.
I'm free, and you're not trying to kill me this time. Thank you. Thank you so much.
For what it's worth, I wasn't trying to kill you last time. Someone else was doing that.
The princess jumps up and smothers you in a joyful embrace. Ugh.
What? What? You don't like little bits of romantic stuff? This is a love story, man. Give her a break.
If only you had a weapon, one slip of the wrist and your pristine blade would be buried in her back, and everyone out there would be saved.
You're a monster. You know that she's giving me a hug. I don't necessarily like this because I don't like the weird parasocial relationship we've got going on here, but like, what kind of a monster just says, oh, well, she's hugging you. You could stab her in the back right now. Like, what is wrong with you? Are you a serial killer?
Luckily for Mr. Romance, we don't have a weapon.
Really? What if you could only slide her hand out because she willed it to be possible? Now we're thinking.
Who needs a weapon when we have the power of love on our side?
I really want this guy to give it a rest.
What do we do now?
What do you mean, what do we do now? What do you want to do now?
Let me guess. End the world?
Is that what you want her to do now? Wouldn't that just help you?
Spoken with the rank cynicism of someone who has never felt love in his heart.
I don't actually know. Nobody's ever asked me what I wanted before.
They haven't?
She doesn't even know what she wants. You may have had her all wrong. What if this whole thing is just a misunderstanding? What if she doesn't want to end the world?
What if it's just a proxy of me being dead that she's just like, well, no one else here, guess I'll end the world. I mean, there's probably other people here. It's just we're the only ones in the cabin, you know? Yeah, and that's true too, because she could have theoretically slid her hand out at any time before this, especially if we're operating on the assumption that she's an eldritch abomination, like I'm currently thinking. So.
You're so gullible. Is the only thing you've ever doubted the actual truth?
Actually, the only thing I've ever doubted in this, well, no, I was going to say is you, but no, I've doubted her too.
I think I want to leave. And I think...
The princess closes her eyes in deep reflection. And then she shrugs.
I don't know. What do you want to do?
Is this going to turn into a SpongeBob episode? I don't know. What do you want to do today? I don't know. What do you want to do today? You literally just said you think you want to leave. Do you think you want to leave, or do you... No.
I just want to make you happy.
Okay. Oh, don't like that either. I was about to say what just happened to her, but why is the music getting all distorted?
She can't just want to make us happy.
You guys can't hear that?
It makes sense to me. That's all I want for her, so of course she'd want the same for us.
We need to take you to counseling, Voice of the Smitten. That is not a healthy way to look at anyone. Anyone in the world. But what would make you happy?
I just want to make you happy.
No, you need to make you happy.
Is she broken? What's going on?
I'm very confused and also a little freaked out right now.
What's going on is she's lying to you, only she isn't a good liar. Are you starting to trust me now?
Actually, I'm starting to get drowned out by the cacophony of music in the background. Yeah, and you know, this is a fair point. I'm not trying to be mean, but we literally just met. I don't think either of us need that weird parasocial thing going on.
Okay, if that's what makes you happy.
What the hell is happening right now?
This isn't right. I don't know what's going on, but this isn't right.
You are damn right about that. I want it to go away.
She's just sweet on us. You don't have to act like it's a big deal.
No, look at her. She literally just went 144p, and the world is trying to eat us. Yeah, you know, this is a fair thing. Clearly something is happening here, and I'm very scared. She said she thinks she wants to leave, so I don't know if this is necessarily the best thing to do, but maybe this will make the world stop trying to murder us?
Oh, is that
Okay.
really what you want? If you think that would make you happy, then...
Well, I don't know what would make you happy yet, so I was just saying the thing in the vain hope that that would make the world not want to eat us, because the world looked like it was about to end if you kept going, so...
Her eyes dart uncomfortably to the corners of the room.
I guess we could do that.
We don't have to.
Well, at least she's normal again.
And the world is not trying to murder us now.
Normal again? Can't you tell she's sad? She's distraught. This is unacceptable.
I mean, she didn't figure out her own thing. She didn't confidently say she wants to leave. If she did... I felt like I was going to say I would have taken her out of here, but I could have literally just said, let's leave, and then she would have followed me, but I had to push it, didn't I?
But she can't be unhappy about staying with us, can she?
I think she's just unhappy about staying in the cabin, actually. I'm pretty sure it's the digs, not the person.
No. It has to be him. It has to be this place. If we just made these walls more fitting for a princess, if we just say the right things...
I don't think that's gonna... have any
We just showed her the contents of our heart.
effect.
She'd be happy here.
Why don't we just take her outside of the walls instead of you turning into a serial killer too? What is wrong with these people?
As the voice takes its thought, your hands raise, fingers pointing towards your chest, and then... What? No, you absolutely do not do that.
Okay, please finish the sentence. I don't know what he's planning, and I don't know if I want to know, but I kind of want to know.
Oh, but I do.
Maybe I don't want to know after just hearing that.
What? What is he doing? We can't see unless you tell us.
I mean, we could just stand here in stunned silence for a little while, because I have a vague feeling I'm not going to like what's about to just happen.
Are you sure you want to know? I suppose I can't stall forever.
I mean, you could, but then we'd just be stuck here with the princess looking at me awkwardly as I stand with my hands poised to do this!
You plunge your nails into your chest, digging deep, grasping for a handhold. And you find it, your fingers curling around your ribs.
Why?
Oh no, what are you doing? Are you okay? You can't do that and be okay.
You're telling me,
Time out. He should not be allowed to do that. He's not the decider.
and I agree with that.
And yet, it's done, isn't it? You yank violently, your bones cracking with wet pops as you pull yourself apart inch by painful inch.
Little aside here, and I'm still a little grossed out by Viscera stuff, but you remember how I didn't want to play Bloodborne or God of War for the stream a few years ago because I was just really grossed out by a lot of the stuff that happens in those games? And here we are, ripping our chest open!
Framed by jagged ribs, thumps rhythmically in your raw, bloodied chest.
There is no way this is staying not age restricted.
Your body unfurling to cover the surface of the room.
Why am I threads?
Don't mind
Shouldn't
my
they be
sacrifice.
feathers?
It's a fair price to pay to give her everything she doesn't know she wants.
When we get to the next world, we are going to have a very stern talking to about your decisions and why they shouldn't be happening.
Oh, I see. You're trying to tell me something.
The
Princess, I don't think this is a good idea.
mesmerized, reaches towards your beating heart, and then everything goes dark and we die?
Please just let this be over.
Yes.
Thank you. Epilogue. Happily ever after. After I just ripped my own chest open? Oh my god.
In the woods. Mate, we're clearly already in the cabin.
Is this a cabin or a cathedral?
Excuse me? You're clearly... Oh. Huh. So you are. How do you know about the cabin? I didn't get to the cabin part of my opening monologue yet.
Actually, it's because we've been here 2 times before this.
We've been here before. Well, not here, but I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. You knew about the loop-in last time.
So that means this time you might know it as well.
Not that he was eager to divulge that.
Right on cue, here's the new guy. Welcome!
I can't say I'm happy to be here. This is a bad place. All stale and wrong. Can't you feel it?
It seems a little out of place, but... Huh.
Okay, yes, I get it. You've been here before. That's terrible. You know that, right? Because the only reason you would have been here before is if you failed in whatever world you'd come from. Meaning you doomed an entire other reality. But I'm sure since you're so well-travelled, you know that, yes?
Yeah, actually, you mentioned that last time as well. You didn't mention it the first time, though. Would have been nice to know before I, just let her kill me.
We know that you keep telling us that, but we've never seen a world end. As far as I'm concerned, that whole conversation is just noise. And I'm stuck on a better question. Where's the other one?
Oh. You mean the Smitten? Smitten, are you in here?
The other one?
Hello? You're right, though. I don't feel like there's more people in me this time. It just feels like there's the same number of people in me.
Yeah, a certain lovesick fool has been suspiciously quiet. One might even say, absent.
Hmm.
Oh, you're right. It's a little quiet here, isn't it? Maybe that's one of the rules. Maybe only one bonus voice is allowed to be here at a time.
Bonus voice.
Bonus voice? I'm just as important as you are.
I'm not saying it's a bad thing. All I'm saying is that it's my third time here and it's your first. You're not unwelcome, but from my perspective, you're definitely bonus.
Oh my god.
I'm going to describe the room now.
Let's get on with it.
The interior of the cabin is vast and regal. High arched windows line the walls, their multicolored glass casting kaleidoscopic patterns across the stone floor. An iron chandelier hangs from the vaulted ceiling, its many candles lit with flickering light, vaguely illuminating the massive room. This is a house fit for royalty.
Well, you know, the Smitten did say he wanted to make the walls more fit for her. I guess he succeeded, but where did he go after?
Before you, there isn't a blade, is there?
It's hard to tell.
That's not good.
Hang on, I can't see the table from here. Are there controls that I can see how I... Because there's a way to turn off the HUD in the other versions of the game. I don't think I can see the controls. Maybe if I go to the start menu? Yeah, here we go. It doesn't tell me. Usually there's a controls thing here rather than just preferences, but it doesn't tell me here. So, I guess I could look. Hold on. Give me a moment. Let's see. The Princess. PS5. Turn off HUD. Nope, that's the wrong one. Sorry, give me 1 sec. Okay, well, the internet has failed me because the only snide comment that I saw was somebody saying, hold down the power button on your PS5, then go buy a PC. So thanks, jackass. Anyway, yeah, if you were able to turn the HUD off, probably underneath his name there, narrator, you would see that the table is against the wall, but there's no blade on the table this time. So none of you are going to talk about the mirror. We could talk about this, actually, so.
I see your point, but it's still an option that's been taken away from us. I don't like losing options.
Yeah, I get that, but...
Yes, and it's an important one. It's your implement. You're going to need it if you want to do this right. And the fact that you're here, right now, again, means that you have not yet done this right.
Done it right according to you mean?
But it's not there, is it? We don't even get the choice. So, what are we supposed to do? I don't actually know. I'm sure it'll turn up somewhere. It has to. It's part of the whole structure of this place, I think. At the very least, it's important.
You're starting to question the whole structure of this place now. That's probably not good. But, you know, there's another question to be had here, isn't there? Where's the door? There's just a gigantic mirror. Again, it was on the wall last time, but... Well, now it's just the only thing in front of me, other than the table.
You cross the room, stopping just in front of the door to the basement. The handle is right there.
Excuse me.
Do feel free to give it a push as soon as you'd like.
Is it a push door or a pull door?
You couldn't see it last time. I'm sure that hasn't changed. Let's just do our thing, and if it disappears again, it disappears again.
Fair enough.
About last time. Could he really not see it, or could he not see it?
I'm not sure that actually matters.
He doesn't seem to be acknowledging it, even if he can see it, so...
See what? What are you all on about?
Well, give me a minute.
Nothing.
And if something happens here besides me pushing the door open, you'll know. Okay.
You reach forward,
Never
your
mind.
hand instinctively wrapping around the handle.
Figures.
Well, I guess we don't get to know what the mirror's all about yet, now do we?
Marvelous. We can proceed. It would seem that the stairs to the basement don't lead to a basement at all. Rather, they go up. They're draped in fine carpet, too, one that feels pleasantly soft against your feet. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably... no, that doesn't work here at all.
No, it really doesn't.
It's nice. It's fancy, even. I have to say, whatever you did in your previous lives, I deeply dislike how much it's thrown me off my rhythm.
Well, it really, honestly, it wasn't even us. We were kind of fumbling, but someone else, who's not here with us right now, took matters into his own hands.
Well, if all of this has thrown you off your rhythm so much, then maybe we don't have to slay the princess.
That hasn't worked the last 2 times. What makes you think it's going to work this time?
No, you absolutely do. Just because she lives in a nice house doesn't mean she doesn't pose a direct threat to all of reality. It's in her very nature. Am I the only one who remembers how much she changed last time? Does she even have a nature?
Maybe her nature is that she changes. Maybe that's just how she interacts with the world. Maybe she just interacts based on... How can I describe it? It's like she's a mirror. You know, like she sees what happens around her, and then she changes based on those stimuli. That's what it seems like, anyway. Yeah, do a BLJ up the stairs. Hold on, princess, I'm on my way. Yahoo! Yerrrr!
That is precisely why she poses a threat.
Just we start walking up, and it's just the endless stairs from Mario 64.
I don't know, she got weird for a second, yeah, but she didn't change that. We have to move on. This is a wildly dangerous line of reasoning.
I mean, she changed a little bit, and then we didn't get a chance to see how everything else changed, because like I said, the world looked like it was about to eat us. So
No, you can't just say that and not... Her voice, gentle and warm, with an undercurrent of fatigue, rolls down the stairs.
she's tired of this.
You're home. Dinner's ready.
Oh God, what did I do to her?
As much as I desperately want to know what happened last time, we are not going to examine it. The more we think, the worse this gets. Why are you so on edge? This is much nicer than what we're used to. I'd like to have dinner. Dinner sounds nice.
I'm sure it sounds nice to you. Did you hear how tired she sounds? It doesn't sound nice to her at all.
That is the problem. This isn't supposed to be nice, and she's supposed to be a prisoner. I need to stop talking. I need to stop talking. Just go upstairs, okay?
All right, here I go. Yahoo! No.
And don't
Anyway.
eat the food.
I don't know. I feel like because she's so tired of all of this, it's weird. I'm kind of I'm simultaneously with and against paranoid here, because like, what if the food's poison and she just... Well, no, because she's already killed me previously and it did not end the situation. So, by logic, that means the food might not be poisoned? Let's go upstairs. I'll never get answers down here.
This hall...
Oh,
like
what the
one below,
hell?
...is grand and beautiful. Torches bathe the room in warm, comforting light, just enough to illuminate the tapestries along every wall, woven with scenes of chivalry and courtship and romance. The many cloth eyes are fixed on each other, gazes averted from the long table in the center of the room. The princess, seated at its far end.
Hi again.
Your pristine blade glints in the weak torchlight, hanging from a golden chain around the princess's neck.
Well, we found it.
So that's where it is. And the tip is already pointed right at her heart. Okay, everything is falling back into place. All you have to do is cross the room, push down a little, and the entire world is saved. That's easy.
Are we not going to acknowledge the thing in the shadows behind her?
Isn't that suspiciously easy? There has to be a twist. There has to be something waiting for us. You saw what happened to her last time. She's not what she seems.
Am I the only one who's going to acknowledge it?
You're here. Now we can start being happy together. Why don't you sit down? Wouldn't that be nice?
I don't know. I kind of have a few...
As the words leave her mouth, the torches flare and a chair swings in from behind, knocking your legs out from under you. You're forcibly seated at the head of the table.
I guess I'm here now.
Isn't that better? It is better, right?
Why are you asking me? Excuse me, get up. So, what's up with this place? You were in a basement the last time.
It's our happy ending, just like you asked for. It's everything we're supposed to have ever wanted.
I don't... So you talked about dinner, but is that what we have to do?
Oh, right, dinner. I totally forgotten about it.
It's fine. Oh my god.
Flames burn bright, and a shadow dives across the table. In its wake, it leaves a feast.
Okay.
Go ahead and dig in. I'm sure you're hungry.
Remember what I said.
I remember.
Oh, but it looks so amazing, and after everything we've been through, we could really use a break. Are you sure we need to be so concerned? I'm not sure about anything, and that's the problem.
He's got a fair point.
For what it's worth, I generally don't think one should trust strange food that magically appears on a table.
Yeah.
But nothing here is exactly what I expected it to be, so make of that what you will.
Well, but she's said this is what's supposed to happen. So either she's really playing the long con here, or this food is real. So, I mean, what's the worst that could happen? I've died twice already.
You begin to feast, and the princess follows suit, her soft smile never fading. The food is more exquisite than you ever could have imagined.
Yeah, that's pretty
You
good.
sample countless otherworldly dishes, sauces and bread and hearty stews whose tastes dance across your tongue.
Wow.
You tear at hunks of meat practically melting from the bone, juicy and tender and bursting with flavors you could scarcely begin to describe. Your cup fills itself again and again with a flowery nectar so sweet it tastes like glimmering jewels.
You say that like I've eaten jewels before. What do you think this is? This isn't Spyro the Dragon. I mean, we don't eat them in that game either, but that's all that came to mind.
This really is perfect, isn't it?
I want to hear what Paranoid has to say about this.
It is the best meal you've ever had. But then it's over, and you're just as hungry as when you began.
Oh, damn it, not Chrono Trigger again. But we're still hungry.
Wasn't that perfect? We should do it again.
Should we? I mean, it didn't really fill me up
The shadow washes across
At
the
all?
table, clearing and replating. The feast is once again laid before you. The food is good. Again. You tear into golden crispy flesh, dab at the slurry of aromatic sauces on your plate with thick-crusted bread, sip your goblet of sparkling gems. But you have done this already.
I see what's happening here.
And then it's over. And you're just as hungry as when you began.
I think the narrator's starting to see what's happening here as well.
You're still hungry too, right? I know this wasn't as good as it was last time, but we just have to do it again. That's all. It'll be perfect if we just do it again.
We don't have to do it again, you know. We could just...
So the shadow sweeps over
Okay.
the table, clearing the old and laying out the new. And so you do it again. The meat is fine, the bread is fine. You sample the side dishes and they're fine too. You finish your goblet, the liquid within no longer glimmering on your palate, instead leaving your mouth coated in a tacky film.
Ugh.
You put it down and it fills again. You do not drink more.
This is a horrifying metaphor, isn't it?
So we had a mediocre meal. It's not a big deal.
No, it's a pretty big deal. It's a... it's the princess saying, aren't you tired of all this? Can't we just go and not do this again?
That's the trap. It wasn't mediocre at first. It's trending down.
Right. But who's trapping who here? Is the princess doing it, or...
We're just getting a little sick of it. So what? We just have to try something new. I'm sure we won't be stuck eating the same meal forever.
I mean, it's starting to look that way. How many times has it replated this meal?
Regardless of quality, it's over again, and you're just as hungry as when you began. Again.
No, something was wrong that time. But maybe I was just tasting it wrong. It looks just as good as it did the first time. It shouldn't taste like this.
Well, we've done it. This is the third time we've tasted it, even though it looks the same as the first time. It's never going to be the same as the first time.
Again, the shadow replaces your feast. And again you eat. The meat is greasy. The bread is tough, its crust hurting your jaw as you chew. The grey vegetables are barely worth the effort of picking through. You don't even touch the goblet. Its sickly sweet aroma utterly unappealing.
I'm starting to feel the stages of fullness here. And it's strange because I still feel hungry.
I'm so tired of eating.
I told you.
At least you still have the memory of how good it was the first time. Right?
I feel like there's some character development going on for the narrator in the background here. This is unheard of.
I'm so tired of this.
Oh, good. I'm glad I'm not the only one. What?
As the words leave her mouth, one of the torches on the wall sputters and then goes out entirely.
It seems to have affected the shadow, too. You see that? He looks like he's panicking a little.
What just happened? Did I do something wrong?
No, I don't think you did anything wrong. I think the shadow's just panicking because it wants us to do this dance forever.
A light went out. Maybe a coincidence. But maybe not. As if in response to the dousing of their brother, the other 3 torches blaze brighter, their flames licking at the walls. Their shadows deepen, dancing angrily across the stone.
I better be careful. If those things flare up too much, it might light the tapestries on fire, and that would probably not be good. The floorboards here look like they're made of wood. So we might have a bit of a problem here. You know, this is a fair point. This whole time you've been led around by the collar, effectively. You didn't have a say in anything that was happening. I asked you to have a say in it the last time, but your thought process was just to make me happy because that was all I left you with the first time. But I think at this point it's time that you take this matter into your own hands.
But it was wrong. I took away a piece of our light. I'm not supposed to do that. I don't want him to be upset with me.
I think it's okay if he's upset with you, because I get the feeling I know who he is now. Yeah. Do you know who he is?
He's the voice that whispers sweet nothings in my ear. I think he made this place for us.
Smitten, you bastard! How did you get out of my head?
It all makes sense now. It's him, isn't it? He's making all this happen. He's the one who trapped us here.
That's what it seems like.
Who? The lovesick one. The one from last time. He's not gone. He's just with her now. He's the shadow.
You remember the part where we said, I wonder if she's got a voice like him, telling her what to do all the time? Well, she's got a voice like him now. Maybe not quite so narratory, but very toxic, hanging over her head. Gross parasocials. Yeah, you know, I'm not sorry, Princess. I need to have a word with your shadow. What's wrong with you, man?
Smitten?
The torches flare and the shadow grows for a moment, but you don't receive a response.
Well, we know who that is now.
No, I saw him smile. That's him. Regardless, it would seem that he, if there is a he, isn't something you can talk to.
Because he's stuck in her head now. And he's making all of this worse by making her feel like she has to do these things. We have to stop him.
He says his words are just for me. But he wants me to ask. Isn't this enough? Isn't this what you wanted him to do?
No! This is what he wanted to do. He took matters into his own hands and now he's a shadow of his former self. If nothing else, this is punishment, but you don't deserve to be punished for his sins.
He says he's tired. I don't think he'll answer anything else you have to say.
Well, I got my answer anyway, so. Alright, well, I could get up, or try to get up, or walk over and just, but something tells me none of the above are going to get the Smitten to stop trying to lord over us here, so let's continue.
I don't know. Maybe we could play a game.
Okay.
Yeah, that's exactly what we should do.
Let her take control of the situation here. Her agency is the important part here. The more
flames
choices she
roar,
makes,
and
the better
shadow
off we'll
comes
be.
dancing across the table. It leaves behind an intricate game, its pieces elegant and beautiful and enticing, its simple rules already apparent, even with little explanation.
I wonder which card game this is referencing. The only one that I really know is Yu-Gi-Oh! And was Bakugan a card game? I mean, I know the Pokemon trading card game, but this is not Pokemon trading card game. There's no prizes, unless those 3 that are there are supposed to be prizes. But my understanding with trading card game, the Pokemon trading card game, is that the prizes are supposed to be set like in a 2x3 grid rather than on top of each other. Could be wrong though.
We can probably work together to figure this out as we go. That sounds like a lot of fun, right?
The first time, I'm sure, but if it's anything like the food, this is gonna get old.
Yet another waste of time. Why all the distractions? What are we being distracted from? That's the real game. I feel like I'm 2 steps behind.
I mean, I could tell you. He's trying to keep us here forever. That's what he wanted. He wanted us to stay in these walls with her forever because that's supposed to make her happy, but it won't. We have to do something to get out of the walls. That's the only way that she can be happy.
You're overthinking it, mate. I feel like this is just something to do. We might as well try to have some fun. You and the princess do indeed figure it out as you go. And what a game it is. The tension between turns, the triumphant highs of moves well placed, and the tragic lows of miscalculations and careless plays. The warmth of trust and the cool texture of deception. And then, the climax, as she places her final piece.
Oh, I think we got the rules wrong.
Oh, is that all?
And so you start over. Time passes. You play the game. You win.
Oh, alright, cool.
Hey! Will you look at that?
Oh, you won. I guess we can play again.
What, you want to do best 2 out of 3? I mean, I'm down.
Time passes. You play the game. She wins.
Okay, well now we're all tied up, so...
Oh, I won. I guess we can play again.
Only if you want.
There is a long pause, and the board does not reset.
But you don't want to, do you?
This isn't fun anymore, is it?
If it's not fun for you, then we should stop playing.
It's never going to stay fun.
Not if we keep doing this over and over again.
You don't need me to tell you that it isn't. Oh.
What's the O for? Whoa!
The princess visibly panics as another torch sputters.
I feel like the O was just as much about the torch as it was about the narrator realizing, I'm making them do this. Maybe not me every time, it's been a different narrator each time, but we're making them do this. That's real character development, I like that.
Wait. Maybe this is just too easy. Maybe if we added more rules and pieces, it would be fun again.
I don't know about that one.
Yeah. The game's just a little simple. We can make it fun again.
You're really leaning into this, aren't you?
The shadow descends on the board once again. More pieces are added, their shapes more intricate, their purposes less immediately clear, and the two of you set about discovering the complexities of the game anew. And so you do.
Wow,
It
look
is
at that
fun.
card tower over there.
In fact, it's almost as fun as the first time you played, and the sputtering torch roars back to life. But then you get used to the additions, and the feeling starts to fade. A creeping numbness settling in over the board.
Yeah, that's about right.
More pieces are added. The feelings flare. The feelings fade. The princess suggests new rules. A glimmer of what could have been excitement flits through your mind, quickly vanishing as the game progresses. Your pieces advance in an ever-increasing slog to their destination. Winning and losing become nothing but ends, and even the end becomes nothing as you roll over into a new game, the board resetting as many times as you can finish. Till finally...
I'm out of ideas. I'm actually out of ideas this time. I don't think I can play anymore.
That's okay, we don't have to play if you don't want to. Well,
As the words leave the princess's mouth, another torch goes out. Again, the remaining flames burn brighter, and the shadow dances faster.
I think we're winning.
I'm happy. I promise. We're both so happy here. You don't have to be upset.
All right, Princess, don't let him just sweet talk you like that, because it's not sweet. It's disgusting. He's telling you that you're happy. He's asking, aren't you happy? And you're letting him win. Don't let him win.
This is awful.
Genuine, real, like I said, there's actual character development. Like, think about the way the narrator was in the past 2 iterations of this and how adamant he was about us just doing what he says. The shoe seems to be on the other foot here, and now he's like, oh my god, I'm doing this.
I think we all know that we're not happy. We just have to admit it to ourselves.
Because the only way we can be happy is if we say we're not happy. That's the first step to figuring out how to be happy. We don't have to keep doing this. I feel like this is kind of a... Like, we know the answer to this question, but again, I think the only way to do this is if we acknowledge the fact that she's not.
The princess starts to hyperventilate, her quick breaths punctuating the uncomfortable silence between you.
Yes. Why wouldn't I be? Let's not talk about it.
No. We do need to talk about it. You need to say this because you need to acknowledge that you're not happy. That's the only way we get out of this without having to sit here forever doing the same things over and over again.
I don't feel anything.
Okay, that's a start.
The third torch sputters out. The princess's shadow dances furiously against the far wall.
There's just one left. What's going to happen when it goes out?
Well, when it goes out, we can leave because he won't be lording over you anymore. So that's up to you. What do you want to do? And be genuine with me this time. Don't even think about saying you just want to make me happy. What do you want to do?
I think I'd like to dance under the stars.
Then that's what we'll do.
That sounds lovely.
But there aren't any stars here. I'd have to leave.
Then we'll leave.
As she says that, the shadow rushes forward and tightens its grip on her wrists.
I'm not happy here. I don't think I ever was.
Keep telling him that because you're beating him. Keep telling him that. He'll go away. See?
The princess sobs, burying her face in her hands as the final torch blows out.
That's got to have been hard. And this is kind of a silly question, but...
She raises her head, mascara trailing down her cheeks.
No, it feels like an important part of me is gone. But I'm still here. I don't know what to do with that. I don't know how I'm supposed to pick up the pieces.
You don't have to know.
The princess's eyes dart to the floor.
It's not like we need a plan for everything.
Well, we can't sit here forever. That part of us is over.
You're right about that. Come on.
The princess pushes herself from her chair, and you instinctively do the same, waiting by the top of the stairs as she quietly crosses the room.
Do you still care about me?
Listen to me. We've been through this loop. This is the 3rd time we're going through this loop. What we had previously was a reaction. We were both in a weird situation. We didn't know what was going on. And we just sort of acted. This is the first time we've really talked to each other and we've really gotten to know how we feel. This is the first time we've had real feelings for each other. Let's not waste that.
I don't know what this is.
You don't have to know. We can find out.
Me too. And I don't think we're going to find anything here. So, I guess it's time for us to leave.
If that's what you want, Princess, then that's what we'll do.
As the princess steps towards the stairs, you offer her your hand.
You've got a very large flowing dress on. I would not want you tripping down the stairs after all this.
The corners of her mouth curl into a demure smile, and she gently takes your hand in hers. She's cold and a little clammy, but her skin against yours is the most real thing you have ever felt. You're offering surprisingly little resistance. If we leave the cabin, doesn't that end the world? It does, if he's telling the truth.
I mean, it's happened twice before.
Yes, well, I've seen my fairy tale ending, and I think there might be worse things than the end of the world.
But he's really turning over a new leaf in this one, isn't he? Good for you, narrator. It's about time you started seeing reason.
Really was just all meaningless blather then, wasn't it?
No, it was real. The world definitely ended twice.
Think what you will. I'm done fighting.
Wow. Okay.
You and
Then
the
let's
princess
go.
don't
Only one
exchange
thing left to do
words
now.
as you descend the stairs to the cabin's entrance. And then the two of you step out into the world. I think this is the end of me, even if it's not the end of you. I hope this was worth it. Genuinely, I do.
Bye, narrator.
He's really gone, isn't he?
He faded out of existence. That's not normal. Usually he has the last word. Maybe we won. Maybe we beat the game. Well, how about that? It only took us actually talking to each other and admitting how we feel. That wasn't so hard, was it?
Yeah. There's an itching in the back of my head that feels like it's finally been scratched. No more shadowy figures yanking at our strings. No more strings. I guess we're free.
Well, only one thing left to do now, boys.
The stars are so beautiful.
I seem to remember you wanting to dance under them. So, you lead, milady.
I meant it when I said I wanted to dance.
Then that's what we'll do. This is the only time we've seen her genuinely smile since we got here, isn't it? Well, no, I guess she did the first time, but she looks genuinely happy. And all she wanted was to get out. Was that so bad? Was that so hard? I mean, I don't see the problem yet, but this is nice. Oh,
Thank you
okay.
for taking me here. This is nice, even if it's a little cold outside.
I don't think it's supposed to be cold. I'm pretty sure the world... Oh my god! Alright. What the hell was that?
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her?
I mean,
And is that a mirror? Why is it here? Why now?
so maybe the mirror wasn't showing my reflection. Maybe the mirror was watching us. But yeah, I mean, like, let's... I can hardly look around here. The gyro's not really letting me do much, but like, where would we even start? Those hands took her away, and now all we're left with is this quiet.
You're right. She's gone. It's just us and that awful thing. I should feel better with her gone. But I don't.
I mean, you should feel better with the narrator gone too, but this thing is right in front of me. Whatever those hands were, it wants me to look at this. Even if all I see is whatever that hand thing was on the other side of it, I think we have to look at it.
There's something
dreadful about it. I don't think you should.
I think we have to.
It's calling us. And not in a good way.
Well, I know, boys, but I don't think we have much of a choice here.
I'm begging you, don't do this.
Sorry, man. Think I gotta. Alright. What are you? And where did you take the princess? The voices are gone, too. I mean, the narrator was already gone, but no more hero, no more paranoid. Definitely no more smitten. He was gone before we even got here, but... Alright. What are you? Oh. You're me. Well, that doesn't answer any of my questions. And now the mirror's gone. Great. Well, there's no path. There's no woods. Maybe the cabin's still there, though. It was the only thing that really... Well, okay, you know, everything in the outside of the cabin, for the most part, remained the same until the epilogue, so... Let's see if we can find a place that's familiar in this quiet place. Oh. Well, there she is. And there it is.
Something finds me in the long quiet and brings me the gift of a fragile vessel.
What exactly are you?
I am solitary lights in an empty city. What are you?
Well, that's not an answer, but at the same time, well, you know, actually, let me ask her if she knows what she means by that.
Thoughts without connections. A dim and nascent network. I wish to be more.
Well, if I'm quite honest with you, I barely even got to look at myself in the mirror, so I don't even know what I'm not a person. We've established that at this point. I have crow talents. I don't even know what I am.
I think that you are like me. We are oceans, reduced to shallow creeks.
So, is all of this the end? Is this what... I mean, the last couple of times this has happened, I died. I didn't get to see what the end looks like. So is this what the end looks like?
How can the world have ended if we are talking?
You know, that's a fair point. Let her out of there? I don't even know what this thing is. I think demanding that of something when I don't even know what it is not going to leave it on my good side. We'll say that much. We'll come back to that. Hold on. So you didn't tell me... I mean, you said what you are. Solitary lights in an empty city, for whatever that means, but... Are you the reason why I'm stuck here? I have to keep hopping between these places?
I have only just now stirred to consciousness. I could not have trapped you here, and I too yearn to be free.
Okay. So this fragile vessel, are you talking about the princess, or...?
Yes. Nerves and fibers to feel the worlds beyond. Perspectives to make my own. This one is a songbird in a cage of gilded shadows. She will make for an honest heart. Do not mourn her. She has finally learned to sing for herself.
Well, at least we know you're not, like, controlling her, because you wouldn't have acknowledged the fact that she learned to speak up for herself when she wasn't happy if you were. So are you the princess now? I mean, your hands are all over her, but are you her, or are you something else?
She is part of me, and part of me is her.
I don't know if this thing would know that answer, but I guess it's worth asking.
You speak in circles. Does it matter where one thing begins and another ends?
Maybe not from your perspective. You live in a place that's infinite and empty, but to me it matters. There was a person there at one point. So you said you think that we're like each other. Do we know each other? I don't remember you.
You are familiar, but you are not me. I feel sadness, longing, hope as I witness you.
You know, it's funny you mention that. I feel the same way, and I don't know if it's just about the princess. It feels like something more. Do you know the narrator by any chance? One of the voices in my head.
You are the only thing I have ever known.
Oh.
The space we're in is vacant. Nothing comes here but us.
Well, I haven't heard him yet, so that's a fair point. So if this space isn't the worlds where we came from, do you know the other worlds?
I know only that they are.
Okay, yeah, that's fair. So you can't see beyond this place either, but I'm the only thing you've ever known, and other than taking the princess, you don't know what you want other than to be free, which really is what the princess wanted too. I hate to say it, maybe this thing's got a point. Maybe they both are the same, like, entity. I mean, the princess has weird, ungodly powers, so maybe she's a piece of you. So what are we supposed to do now? I mean, you're not going to let her go. She's a new perspective for you, but what are we supposed to do now?
Nothing, as we are. But I know that there are worlds beyond us, and that we are meant to reach them.
Okay.
There is no exit, but this vessel is a creature of perception. She can make you forget, if only you believe her to be able to.
So yes, the thought process of what if she willed it to be possible that you mentioned there, Conker? Pretty perceptive, because according to what we were just told, the princess does what we think she can do. She will not do anything else until we think that she can do it. But when we think she can do it, boy howdy will she do it.
Bring me more perspectives, so that I may be whole. And perhaps then we will know our freedom.
I don't know if this is a fair question to ask, because I don't get the impression that this thing knows what it wants to do, other than be free. And also destroying the world. That we've been to 3 worlds. Is it fair for me to say, are you going to destroy the world, when I literally just watched the destruction of 3 of them? How many more pieces of you? I don't know if you'd know that. I'm just scared I'll find a way to kill you. I'm not trying to kill you. If anything, I'm just curious. How much will I forget?
Everything. Until we meet again.
Great. Well, I guess it's the only way out of here. So, as much as I don't want to forget the moment that we just had, here we go.
She asks that I tell you to remember her.
Well, that's sweet of her.
You won't.
Ow! 7 years of bad luck. And we're back.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
I feel like I just lost time or something. Well, anyway, let's keep going.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Oh, okay. I was I was gonna say you're just gonna let me play through this whole thing again without this, right? But I guess that's, you know, that sort of gives up the ghost, doesn't it? So now, do I pretend like I don't remember what happened, or do I just go along and? No, it'd probably be easier for me to not pretend like, oh yeah, well, you know, I'm forgetting every time we do. I'm just gonna go along with it and imply that, yeah, no, I do remember the previous loops, at least out of character anyway. But yeah, so if we've seen the dialogue options before, we can skip through them. I'm not going to be doing that though, because I mean, we've seen them before, but it would feel weird. I feel like it interrupts the flow of the story. And in case it wasn't clear by how quiet I've been this whole time, and I guess I should have asked this before, does this game have your attention? I really like the writing in this game. I think it's really well done, and I think the way that they voice it is also really well done. So it would almost feel unfair to the work that the voice actors did and the writers did to gloss over it, even if it's a time saver. So sorry if that, you know, isn't what people want, but I'm probably not going to skip any dialogue. So we'll try to take some new dialogue options as we go if I don't feel like they're silly questions, but yeah, I don't think I'll be skipping around. We did see this one before though, so maybe I won't say these two. So like this question here, I probably won't say because it's silly. So it's just like, okay, sure, all right. Hang on, let me check something real quick. Be right back. Aha. Okay, cool. I have a list of notes on my computer for how I want to do this. I knew how I wanted to do the first loop, but I just wanted to make sure I knew how I want to do the second loop. And the second loop is, well, let's be stoic about it. The last time we did everything we could to resist the narrator, so, and I mean, we ended up getting a happy ending out of it, but what if we just do it? Let's just do it.
You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within. A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat,
and I might talk over some of the dialogue if we've seen it before.
Stop you from slaying her.
Or, you know, go through it quickly, because a good chunk of it we have seen before on each loop. We have to start back at chapter 1 after all. So
we're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them.
But we'll see how it happens.
Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
We will hear that a few times, though. So get used to that one.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade.
And I guess I should say that also means that we'll probably go through some of the loops faster. That one there was actually one of the longest loops, but I really like doing it first just because of the whole the world's trying to eat you thing. If you know that at the end of each loop you'll end up in that quiet place with the hands, then you wouldn't stop it from doing that, you know what I mean? You wouldn't say, oh, I'm really scared, I don't know what this is. I mean, I guess in character because you forget, but out of character, you'd have no reason to do that, so that's why I like doing that one first. It's one of the longest loops, though, so maybe this won't be quite as long. We'll see. I don't know. I'm not in a hurry, though. I've got 3 weeks, 2.5 weeks before school's over with, and if I don't get this done until school is over with, I'm perfectly okay with that, so.
The blade is
it'll
your
give me
implement.
something easy to kind of come back
You'll
to,
need it
you know,
if you want to do this right.
rather than try to play something more complicated. All right, let's do it.
You take the
Let's
blade
do
from
the title drop.
It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world without it.
It doesn't show it here, but if you do this on the PC version, by the way, is the version of this game that I've played previously. If you do this in the PC version, the cursor, normally it's your fist with the claw out, right? Well, if you take the pristine blade, and if at any point you have it equipped, and it'll show up in the dialogue boxes over there in a minute, it's your hand with the pristine blade in it. And if you ever stab, well, her or someone else with the blade, it shows the blood on the blade as well. So just, I think, worth mentioning. Anyway, enough chatter. Let's do the job we were told to do.
The door to the basement.
If anything, it's the
creaks
exact
open,
opposite of what we just did.
revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
You know, there's only like 7 steps down, but the BLJ up the stairs comment from before makes me wonder if anyone's ever tried to BLJ downstairs in Mario 64. I don't even know if that would make a difference, but it'd probably be pretty hard to do.
Her voice carries up the stairs.
Who's there?
She's different this time.
She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here.
She might be.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
But let's not... Yeah, see, there's the blade in my hand right there, so... I stayed quiet on the way to the cabin. So far I haven't uttered a word in character, so let's just keep this up.
Good. You're still listening to reason.
Because the more I talk, the more ammo she has.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess.
She's keeping a
There's heavy
three-quarter
chain
view of
around
me
her
this time.
wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world?
I don't know, but she doesn't trust me. Do you see the angle she's got on her? She wouldn't be bending away from me if she trusted me.
Focus on the task at hand.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
Of course, I am coming down here with a knife in my hand, so it's kind of easy not to trust the person that does that. Anyway, I'm not here to talk. You're here to die, though, so...
You step forward, your grip on the blade tightening as you steel your resolve.
Oh? No talking then? Fine. What even makes you think you can kill me?
What makes you think I can't?
I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
So, you should just drop it. Best not to risk finding out what I can do.
Well, I don't have to risk finding out what you can do if I kill you right now.
If you hesitate now, it'll be too late. End this.
For once, we agree. Goodbye.
You lunge forward without a moment's hesitation. You feel flesh easily
that
give
was
way and look down to see your blade
almost
already
disappointing.
sinking
Did you see
into
how?
the
Did you
arm.
hear how like nonchalant that was? Just like, at least when Henri died in Dark Souls 3, I put that silly little high gain knife sound effect to make it sound like it took a little more effort. Just okay.
Oh,
Yeah, you're telling me.
this is it, isn't it?
Didn't expect that, did ya?
I'm almost embarrassed. I should have seen that coming. But I have to wonder, do you actually believe this was enough to kill me?
Yes, because you're bleeding so much that your text is now bleeding red. So yes, I do.
It's like she's convinced she can't die.
She's trying to convince herself she can't die. It won't work.
Yes. Even as she lays there dying, she entirely
just a little
believes
soft
herself to
thunk.
be alive and well.
As it sinks in, which I suppose is probably realistic because, like, there's probably not a whole lot. I mean, it's kind of hard for me to visualize what it would be like to stab somebody because I've never stabbed somebody. But, like, there probably isn't a whole lot of, like, pomp to it, you know what I mean? There probably isn't. It's probably not as gory as, like, Bloodborne made it seem like, where it was like, you know what I mean? Where there's just blood pouring everywhere. It probably actually stabbing someone, it would just be, you know, that's it.
But it's over, isn't it? She stopped breathing moments ago. that arrogant look still plastered on her face. But is it over? Really over?
I mean, I've been blustering it up for now, but that was definitely too easy. There's no way.
It's over. Don't get all worked up. We should make sure. What's the harm in checking for a pulse?
I'll tell you the harm in checking for a pulse. I think that was too easy, but I know that the second we check for a pulse, she's gonna jump back to life and stab me. There's no way that's not happening.
I really don't think you should do that.
I agree with the
And
narrator.
why shouldn't we? Is there something you're not telling us?
He's not telling us that she will jump back to life and murder me.
I've told you everything that's happened with complete accuracy. The princess is dead. Your blade pierced her heart. There's no coming back from that.
He's got a point. Let's just get out of here.
Yes, exactly. It's over. With your work done, you make your way back up the stairs, closing the door to the basement behind you.
Something feels off up here. Can't quite put my finger on it.
Why do I feel like we've done something terrible?
We did.
You did kill someone. Greater good or not, something would be very wrong with you if you didn't feel at least a little bad. But it was for the greater good. One of these days that will sink in and help ease your guilty conscience.
Won't make it easier to remember it, though.
But that day isn't today. Let's just get out of here.
Fair point. Let's get out of here.
You open the cabin door, ready to return to a world saved from certain doom.
Time to smell that arbor air. Why do I smell nothing at all?
Only a
Oh,
world saved from certain doom
man.
isn't what you find. Instead,
Really?
what you find is nothing at all. Where a lush forest stood mere minutes ago, the only thing in front of you now is the vast emptiness of some place far away.
But we killed her. She can't end the world if she's dead. I'm alive, she's dead. Why is this, which I can only assume, well, I guess we've established previously that it's not the end of the world, it's just a quiet place. Why are we in the quiet place already?
What happened? Everyone is fine. It's just that you and the cabin are now far away from them.
Really?
Don't worry. You'll be safe here. This is good. Everyone is happy. You'll be happy.
You did this, though. You took me away from being able to be with everyone else. I did what you asked, and this is how you repay me? I was kind of hoping I'd get a better ending for saving the world, actually.
This isn't an ending. In fact, now that the princess has been slain, endings are a thing of the past. No. This is the beginning of eternity. Your reward.
Eternity doesn't have a beginning. That's the point of eternity, though.
This is what's best for everyone. Trust me.
When you say narrator question mark, do you mean, like, is this him? What we're seeing? I mean, I guess that's possible, but if this is him, wouldn't he have said something when we were talking to the hand thing? Because that was this too, wasn't it? Unless this is different from the other one. Which I guess is possible.
Time passes. You can't be sure if it's days, or months, or years, or even decades. It's all a wonderful, boring blur. You've never been happier.
How could I be if it's been potentially decades? Don't I need to eat something or drink something? How am I not dead?
Psst. Hey. We're not just gonna stay here forever, right?
Hell no, we're not. But the problem is, I don't know. Meant it in an asking the narrator tone. Yeah, narrator, what is all of this? What's going on? The box is supposed to be full. Anyone care to explain? Yeah, no. How could we get out of here, though? We're stuck in the void.
I do, but you're probably not going to like it.
Why do I already know where you're going with this? Why am I okay with it?
The blade. We can use the blade to get out of this.
Yeah, you're right.
I can hear everything you say, little voice. There's only one thing it would want you to use that blade on, and I'm afraid that thing is you, dear hero.
Actually, it's all of us because we're all in here together, so, you know.
He's right. It's the only way out. Do you hear that? It wants to take this happiness away from you. It wants this wonderful place to end.
Wonderful for you, maybe. I'm terribly bored.
Do you not? There's more for us to do, and the only way for us to do it is to take that blade and use it.
Is there more for us to do, though? Like, what's our purpose outside of this? I mean, I know my purpose, because out of character, we need to bring more vessels, but...
Don't you dare.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is a silly question, but...
How astute. You are absolutely correct. Using the blade to kill yourself would kill you, and you shouldn't do it. In a sense, we die, but looking at things from another angle, are we even really alive anymore? This place, it's nothing. It's absolutely nothing. It's just the same thing, constantly, forever.
Yeah.
I know this is out there, but trust me, I know using the blade will work.
For what it's worth, by the way, if you say, no, I'd rather stay in this happy place for eternity, after you've already done a loop, the game sort of gently nudges you by having the hand thing tell you, no, you promised me something. Go get that blade.
That little voice didn't want you to slay the princess. It didn't want you to be happy.
I'm not happy now, so it's not really all that different from what we're doing with all of this. So I'll be pretty upset if we die. Anything to get out of this hell. I mean, the way that I've been talking, I feel like this is probably the correct line to say, given what I've been saying, so... We can always say this one later if we ever do this loop again, but I don't think we'll be doing this loop again.
Thank you. I made this happy little place for you. Is this not a good enough reward for saving the world? An eternity of bliss?
No!
You ingrate.
It's not enough, because it's not an eternity of bliss. What is there for me to be happy about here? Do you want me to, like, flip the table upside down or something? Where's the fun in all this?
Fine. Whatever. For the first time since time stopped meaning anything, you throw open the door to the basement and walk down the stairs.
Good.
Oh, body is
wow, he was right.
Though the blade you used to slay her is still as pristine as the day you first held it.
It has been some time, hasn't it? Holy shit.
You pick up the blade, you stab yourself, and you die.
Here we go.
The end. Nice knowing you.
Piss off. Chapter 2, The Spectre. So yes, depending on your choices in Chapter 1,
you're on a path.
You'll get a different Chapter 2.
And at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
In this case, we did the basically exact opposite of what we did in the original loop. And, well, this is where we ended up.
You're here to slay her.
Back here again.
If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Oh, you bastard, you're in for it now. I'm wise to your tricks. Do I say that? I feel like I should say that, considering I've been like, no, we've been in hell already. I feel like I would be pissed off about this, so let's be pissed off about this.
My tricks? What on earth are you talking about? We've just met for the first time.
You know, and honestly, I'm yelling at a man who has no idea what I'm talking about. I'm like the old man yelling at a cloud right now. Probably in his eyes.
If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. That's fine. It wasn't very hard to kill her last time. We'll just do it again.
So... I'm trying to figure out with these voices, right? So, like, we had the voice of the smitten the first time. We received that voice after the princess's perception of us was that I don't know if she perceived that we loved her and wanted to let her out, but at the very least, we were trying to get her out of her predicament and doing our best not to stab her. We got the voice of the smitten. After that fact, we got paranoid about the world closing in on us, and we got the voice of the paranoid. Now we have the voice of the cold after we just coldly walked up and murdered her. So maybe the voices are us from the past? Like us from the other world. Like maybe this is a fragment of myself from the previous world. because I was cold to her last time, so this is a fragment of that coldness. It's still with me.
Well, if for whatever reason you're going to insist that this has happened before, at least your heart's in the right place.
Alright, we don't need to say that question. All our answers are in the cabin. Let's just go.
A warning before you go any further.
Let me take a guess. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says. Yeah, I know.
She won't be a problem.
You say that like she's dead, but every other time we've gone through the loop, she's popped back to life.
The interior of the cabin is cold, a soft odor of dirt permeating the air. Cobwebs flutter in the corners. You can hear wind whistling outside, banging the shutters against the windows. The only furniture of note is an elegant antique table with a pristine blade perched on the edge.
Or maybe a version of you from a previous loop from her perspective. Yeah, that's possible too, because maybe her perception of me put a little voice in my head to remind me, this is what you've done already. That's possible too. So, anybody else getting a vague sense that this is the horror aspect of the horror game? This place looks like a haunted house.
The blade is your implement. You'll need
As
it
if
you
the
want to do this
ethereal
right.
music wasn't already enough to say that.
It feels like no one's been here for a long, long time.
Well, remember, the last time we were here, we literally sat here for decades, so...
Like I've been saying, she's dead. We killed her already.
Well, we don't need to say you didn't say anything out the mirror on the wall again, because we've seen how that all goes. He doesn't acknowledge it. I am going to approach the mirror again, though, because if nothing else...
Walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here.
We know that the hands are watching.
What are you talking about? This isn't a wall. It's a mirror. Or at least it'll be a mirror once we wipe off that layer of grime.
Well, let's try to wipe it this time.
You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now.
Look, man, I'm just trying to show the cabin I know how it feels.
But there was a mirror a second ago, and now it's gone. Let's not spend much longer worrying over it. Clearly, it's not even important enough to be acknowledged.
So you say that now. How will you feel when we finish this loop? Alright, we needed the blade last time to coldly murder her, but if she's already dead, we don't need the blade this time, so let's just go.
The door to the basement groans open, revealing an old banister and a creaky wooden stairwell.
Yeah, this is
Everything
Haunted
coated in
House
a thick
101.
layer of dust, and you can feel it settle into your lungs as you breathe in the stale air. The very building itself feels dead. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. The room below is silent.
Probably for good reason.
Nobody's here. Naturally.
Because last we checked, she was just dust and bones, so...
As much as I appreciate the optimism, you shouldn't be so sure. I guess we'll just have to go down and see.
Well, off we go.
As you descend the final step, the form of the princess comes into view. A skeletal body, lying in a heap on the floor, its wrist still bound to the wall by a thick chain.
She moved. She was laying in the opposite direction last time. Oh, no.
Okay, she's definitely dead. It's just like I told you.
Oh,
You have a
yep,
chance to
well,
finish your thought, the top of a head appears from underneath the floor.
we knew that was gonna happen.
Two deep-set eyes stare up at you, followed by a mischievous skeletal grin.
Oh, she's cute this time. Look at that goofy little face. There's no way that could be bad.
And finally, the rest of the body floats up to join the head. Wait, this isn't right. What's going on here?
She's a ghost. Makes sense, we did kill her.
Ghost?
Alright, keep it together, hero.
Oh, wow. How absolutely terrifying. What's a ghost supposed to do to us?
Do you really want the answer to that question?
Oh, it's you. Hiya, Keller.
Hiya.
I was hoping to see you again. I have some issues with how our last meeting went.
Yeah, that seems very understandable, actually.
The princess drifts across the room into
Whoa.
your orbit, gently running her fingers across your shoulders and down your neck as she circles you.
And it's freezing cold. Wow,
Her touch
okay.
is cold and ethereal,
Way more freezing
formless
cold
yet
than I thought it
real,
was going to
her
be.
Icy fingertips send shivers dancing across your skin.
You learned how to use that cold touch very quickly, didn't you? So I
she
guess I
has a
did give you
body,
decades.
and she's right there. We could probably grab her and kill her again, if we wanted to. We don't even need a blade. She looks fragile enough to me.
Yeah, but that's not going to matter. She's a ghost now. Even if we destroy her bones, I don't think that makes a difference. Her spirit is still there. Yeah, female Jack Skellington, there you go. Something like that. So, yeah, no, let's give this a minute, because she has some issues with how this played out, and fair enough, because I did just stab her with no remorse. So, let's just let this one play out.
I see you don't have that annoying knife anymore.
No, ma'am. I don't need it, and quite frankly, I'm not happy with how it worked out the last time.
So, does that mean you regret what you've done? Are you here to apologize and make nice? Beg for absolution, maybe?
I mean, I don't think that's going to change anything, but if that's what you want to hear, I'll say I'm sorry.
Because I might be interested in seeing a little begging.
All right, listen. You know, I just want to say, I do really like the Spectre variation of the princess, because I like the layering that they do with her voice there, where they've got, like, her actual voice, the, like, kind of, like, raspy, and then there's the whispering in the background, you know what I mean? I think the layering on that is really neat, so. Let's, before we acknowledge what she's saying, I know we're in our own head about this whole thing, but let's just tell the narrator about this.
Yes, obviously things are strange right now. I think
You think?
it's safe to say that you've seen something you shouldn't have seen. Whatever worlds you've hopped between, whatever versions of me you've met, none of that matters now. There's no changing what's already happened. But you have a job to finish.
I finished the job. I did what you said. It didn't make much of a difference. We're still here.
Finish how? We already did what you told us. And now she's a ghost. There's a perfectly pristine blade waiting for you upstairs. You could always use it to, I don't know, slay her.
Is the blade capable of killing a ghost? Because I know it's pristine, but I find that very hard to believe.
And then what? And then you'll have saved the world.
We literally already did this song and dance.
I think he's asking about what happens after we save the world. If that's even still an option. What do you mean, after?
I think you know.
You already know what we mean, don't you? So why don't you go ahead and tell us? Are you going to try and lock us away in a timeless void again? Because I didn't much care for that.
Yeah, that wasn't very neighborly of you.
I'm not going to lock you anywhere. What an interesting choice of emphasis.
Are you trying to blame me for you locking me in your endless eternity of bliss? Because I don't know about that one. Alright, well, let's own up to this. She probably was saying it sarcastically, but quite genuinely, let's be clear about this one. I really shouldn't have killed you. Sorry about that.
Too little, too late. But you can still make things right.
She's not in a position to bargain with us. You don't have to do anything you don't want to.
Well, I'm glad we're on the same page, because I'm doing that because I want to.
We don't have to do anything, but maybe we should. We did kill her. Wouldn't it be the moral thing to help her now that we have another chance? When a hero slays a monster, does he apologize to it?
He should. Otherwise, he's just as monstrous as the monster.
No.
God damn it, hero.
So don't try to make things right. She was going to end the world. You didn't do anything wrong, aside from apparently killing yourself, and that doesn't have much to do with her.
let's see. This is a good question to ask. I'm just going to look at our options here before we say the next part. This is a good question to ask. Probably be the next one. This is mean. This is like tonally panicking, and I don't think that's a good idea. This is just really silly. That's an option. We'll think about that. What do you want from me might be fair. Ouch, that's mean too. I don't think I want to know the answer to that question. This might also be a good thing to ask in a minute, so. There's two options that are exactly the same. And these are the ones where you figure out how to do this from there. Okay, well, anyway. Let's ask her if she knows, because we didn't get a chance to ask her last time if she knows why she came back, so.
How should I know? Why does anyone come back?
You know?
Maybe I have unfinished business with you. Or maybe you have unfinished business with me.
You know, that might actually be very perceptive of you, actually.
All I know is there's a hole in my chest. Not the big obvious one that you put there. There's something older and deeper. A nagging reminder that I'm not where I'm supposed to be.
That sounds familiar. So, not here, obviously, but do you know where?
Home.
And just where is home, I wonder?
I think I have an idea.
I don't know where home is. I just know it isn't here.
Did she hear
I
him?
can feel it calling to me from someplace far away. Wherever I'm supposed to be, it's out there.
How specific.
Well, how is she supposed to know?
And how convenient for her. You see what she's doing, right? She's suggesting that the only way you can rid yourself of her would be to let her out, which, in case you haven't been listening, will spell the end of the entire world.
Right, but the last time we let her out, that was the only time I physically saw the world end. And that seems to be the only way to get me out of all of this. We can come back to that question, hopefully. I think this is a good question to ask here. This is also a good question. Do I ask this one first? No, I think I asked this one first. Maybe I don't. She's a ghost, and I feel like as a ghost, she's probably got more otherworldly powers than she would have had previously, so maybe I don't tell her, hey, you were going to end the world. Maybe that's not a good idea. Yeah, and I think it's fair that we kind of catch her up to where we're at with this. So let's tell her what happened. This is what happened. We had a bit of an ordeal. I know that's not saying much because you literally died, but we had a bit of an ordeal in order to get back here.
You poor thing. That must have been so frightening for you.
All right, listen. You can cut the sass. I know. I killed you. You don't need to be mean about it.
You know, after everything we've been through, it's nice to see someone finally sympathizing with us. This whole thing's been an ordeal, hasn't it?
She's not sympathizing with us. That was dripping with sarcasm.
She doesn't mean it.
Yeah.
It serves you right.
Oh?
I was pretty scared too, when you stood there not saying a word with a knife clenched in your fist. But now you know how bad it hurts to get stabbed in the chest.
Yeah.
It sounds
Oh my
like
god.
exactly what you're owed.
Okay, don't get on her bad side. Got it. There's the horror game. Okay, that question's still there, so we can come back to that one. We'll come back to that one in a second. But yeah, note to self, don't get on her bad side. Holy shit. That face. Let's see. You can go through walls, can't you? Just leave an arrow. I don't know if we even asked her that yet. This is a fair question asked, though. I mean, I don't think she'll have the answer to this one, but I think it's worth both of us asking this question and kind of pondering it, you know?
You don't look dead, killer.
Yeah, that's fair.
The princess
Well.
grabs your wrist, a sudden shock of cold flowing all the way up your arm, her eyes still fixed on yours as you try to squirm out of her grip.
That doesn't look like squirming. I'm pretty sure I'm just hanging here.
And you don't feel dead either.
Fair.
She lets go and pulls away. Your fingertips tingle painfully as the chill subsides.
Thanks for numbing the arthritis in my wrist. That was really bugging me.
I'm less interested in why you are, or how you are, and a lot more interested in what you are.
That also sounds familiar.
I've tried to leave on my own. Before you came back to me, I explored every inch of this
Okay, here we go.
place, even the spaces between the walls. But I never found a way out. I always wound up right back here.
So you can't leave unless I let you leave.
I just want to go home. I'm so cold and alone here. But you can come and go as you please, can't you?
Hey,
So,
8th opening. How you doing?
let me
Welcome to
get
the
you
stream.
around.
Yeah, Ghost Princess. We may have done a terrible thing to get to this point, but she's pretty cute in this form, so I'm okay with, well, maybe I'm not okay with it. I like the art style, though. Sorry, I didn't catch that. Hitch a ride? Oh, okay.
Absolutely not.
I mean, I know what she's asking for.
Is she asking if she can possess us?
That's exactly what she's asking, yes.
She is. And I hope I don't need to explain why you can't.
She
let
seems
her
pretty
out.
fine with you. Oh, wait.
It would
Yeah,
be
no.
catastrophic if she managed to escape this place. And if you let her in, there is very little anyone could do to stop her.
That's an interesting thought. There's very little anyone could do to stop her. Even you.
Would she be able to see us if we went along with it? Now, isn't that an interesting thought? We could finally bring her face to face with him. I wonder what she would have
I
to
like
say
how
to the
you
one
think,
who
Voice of
wants
the
her
Cold.
dead so badly.
I don't want to see the narrator tortured necessarily, but she will have some words for him.
You won't like how things play out if you go down this path.
Actually, I think you won't like how things play out if I go down this path. Bad thing to ask. Bad thing to ask. Bad thing to ask. I don't think she knows she wants to go home. I don't think she's even thinking about the idea of ending the world at this point, so. You know, I would like to go back and ask about the burying the bones thing, but she already kind of let the cat out of the bag by saying, hey, so just let me possess you and we can get out of here. So the burying the bones part is not important to her, obviously. We don't need to do that. We just need to let her out, which, you know? Yes, how the turns have tabled. I'm okay with the tables turning this way, so you know what? Let's do this.
The princess swims through the air in front of you, pausing for a brief moment as her dark-rimmed eyes stare deeply into yours. There's a hunger in her gaze.
Your soul is mine. My soul is yours. I don't know where we will begin and end, but I suppose that's the journey we're on, isn't it?
You're really trying to make it up to me, aren't you? Thanks for being a pal, killer. I mean it.
Well, you're welcome, but you don't have to thank me. I feel really bad for what happened.
What are you doing? Don't just let her in. How many times do I have to tell you?
You've been overruled on this one, narrator. She's coming in here whether you like it or not.
See you soon.
Oh boy.
She rushes forward and then
Oh, that's cold!
a sharp chill spreads across your body. It starts in your chest, a freezing numbness flowing out from your heart, all the way down your limbs, your mind growing cloudy and confused as it settles over your very soul.
Fellas, I don't feel so good.
I'm not sure I like this. Can we get a do-over?
I don't think so.
I'm afraid it's too late to stop now. The numbness gives way to a stabbing pain, your muscles twitching and convulsing violently, each involuntary movement causing more waves of agony to ripple across your body. You collapse to the floor, and everything goes dark.
Come on, you. You've got to get up. I know everything feels heavy right now, but we still have to get out of here.
Yeah, well, you're not wrong about the heavy part. She's like, I get hit with a
Eyes
sledgehammer.
open as you get your bearings, your vision
Oh.
swimming as
God,
So this is what it's like to be you, huh? Disembodied voice narrating your every move?
you have no idea. Sometimes there's more than one.
So, it doesn't work like that for you?
See what I mean?
Clearly it doesn't, or she wouldn't have commented on it.
All these shards of broken glass on the floor. Are they also supposed to be you?
Shards of broken... There are shards of broken glass? My soul has shards of broken glass in it? I don't feel like I'm being stabbed by broken glass.
Hey, I'm not a shard of broken glass, I'm...
It's okay. You can finish your thought.
You want to elaborate?
I'm a voice? I'm me, is what I am.
Oh, good. Now all my voices are going to have an existential crisis.
Who cares what we are? We exist. That's all that matters.
Fair enough.
You don't have to fight. We'll all be out of here soon.
You know, and I'm kind of okay with us being out of here at this point.
No, it matters. What we are matters. If I'm a shard of broken glass, then that raises some questions about certain other voices in here too.
Mm-hmm.
I'm clearly the same thing you are.
He's not talking about you.
They're not listening to me. Do they not listen to you either?
You have no waking idea there, sweet princess.
No, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about him.
Cold can't have an existential crisis. He is an existentialist. That's fair.
You don't need to know what I am. You just need to know that I'm different from you. More important.
You could have stayed silent this whole time and she never would have done a thing to you. Not only did you have to open your mouth, narrator, you also have to try to lord over the rest of us? Are you insane?
So, you're the one who pulled the strings and made me dead. I can tell you don't belong here. You're barely even there. Like the shape of something left behind. You're more of a memory than a person.
That's rude.
Well, what if she's right?
You're kind of like me, actually.
Oh, maybe that's not a good thing. Let's not give the narrator more power by acknowledging that he's... Well... No, I'm thinking of the rhetoric between the hands and us previously, rather than the princess and us, so...
I'm just going to ignore her. You push yourself off the ground. The princess is nowhere to be seen. Obviously, she's nowhere to be seen.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm in here with all of you. Everybody knows that.
I'm setting the stage. The room is empty because you made a spiteful, idiotic, and all-round foolish decision.
I mean, maybe from your perspective. This is pretty rad to me.
You don't have to let him get to you. You're better than that. You're starting to make things right.
Yeah, she's right. Let's do this and get her out of here.
This is infuriating. Just whatever you do, you can't leave this place. It's not too late to fix this. Probably.
No, I'm pretty sure it's too late. We have no knife, and she is possessing my body. I don't think I have much of a choice in the matter. So why fight it? Let's just get out of here.
Your legs, weary with the weight of the princess's spectral form, and clumsy with the cold that still pervades them, stumble towards the stairs.
Princess, I know you just, float now, but can you, help me move the muscles? We won't get out of here if I keep walking this slow.
I'm just trying to get home. You don't have to act like it's the end of the world.
That's a funny choice of words.
But that's exactly what you leaving this place is going to be.
You don't know that.
I do.
Does he, though? Could he? How could... If he is a different narrator every time we reset, how could he know that her leaving is the end of the world?
Wait, if she has a home to go back to, doesn't that mean that her leaving won't end the world?
Well, I mean, I guess if her home is out there.
It doesn't mean that at all. It could mean that wherever her home is, it's outside of the world.
It's also fairly astute.
Yeah, but it has to be somewhere, doesn't it? And if it's somewhere, then it's part of the world. I suppose it's all a matter of perspective. Where does the world end and something else begin? Does the destruction of one open a door to another? Or is it the same world reborn?
I think we're starting to get a little esoteric in here. Like the hand thing.
Against the backdrop of the inane conjecture of meaningless little voices, your body continues its ascent up the stairs, staggering through the open door.
Well, the world hasn't ended yet because the stars are still out outside.
For how much you hate her, you aren't doing a whole lot to stop us from leaving this place.
That's because I'm not letting him.
Maybe the bossy one doesn't actually hate me. Maybe he even likes me. Or maybe he just knows that he's been in the wrong. Maybe he's trying to make amends too.
I hate to say it there, Princess, but I think you're giving him too much credit.
Not at all. I'll have you know that I do hate you, and I will continue to hate you for as long as I am able.
Well, you didn't have to come out and say it, man. Talk about being rude. So you do have a choice, and as per the intro screen there, and sorry, the heart on the live chat is in the way. As per the title screen, there we go. There are no wrong choices, that is true.
It's just the weight of it all. It's too much for me to do anything other than describe and dictate.
Perfect, so you can't force me to kill myself again.
And whine.
Mm.
This body wasn't made to hold you and the princess.
What do you mean,
You
made?
want to renege on your cataclysmically terrible decision a minute ago? Well, you're the only one that can make that happen.
I mean, we established that I don't think I'm a person yet. I have crow talons and can step into the empty void. But what do you mean made? Was I born or... Questions for later. Let's get her out of here for now. Yeah, no, I don't think so. Let's just get out of here.
You continue slowly to the door.
Yeah, the narrator sure does like the
Lead
whine.
dragging across the floorboards,
He's,
growing heavier with each step.
I liked him better in the last loop that we did, because this is the second full loop that we're doing here. The first one we did was the Happily Ever After loop. I liked him a lot better in that one, because he had actual character development in that one, but unfortunately, every time we reset, he resets, so we kind of had to throw all that character development in the garbage. That sucks.
We're so close. Thank you, thank you, thank you. If we get out of here, I won't even care that you murdered me anymore.
I'll still remember it for what it's worth, but I'm glad at least this'll ease your conscience. Just help me open the
You
door.
lift your shaking hand and rest it on the door handle.
Because I'm sure as
pause
hell
before you
tired
open
right
it.
now.
Exhaustion sapping what's left of your will.
Oh, God.
Was exhaustion really the best you could muster up? It's over. There's no use stalling. Let's see what happens next.
I'm with him. Let's go.
Shit. But exhaustion wasn't enough, was it?
No, sir.
The handle clicks as you twist it, and then the door groans open. You collapse to the ground, you and the princess, free from the confines of the cabin. As you exhale from the effort, you look up and see...
See what? I hear the dog, because it's around that time of the night where the dog downstairs starts to get... She's doing her best to stay awake, but she's fighting sleep, and that's a losing battle. Take it from someone who knows that for sure, but she sure won't listen to me.
Yes?
Oh, not again!
Nothing. He's gone, and so is everything else.
I thought we got you out under the stars again.
So we did slay him after all. He had it coming, I suppose.
I guess.
But what about us? Are we just stuck here in nowhere forever? Did taking her out of the cabin really end the world?
I mean, the last time at least they let us dance before the world ended.
We're still here.
It's true.
Yeah, but that thing you said earlier, are we not part of the world anymore? Are we in some world that exists after the world ends, or on top of the other world but not in it, or have we never been part of the world?
You guys are you guys are asking these questions because you didn't see what happened after everything ended last time, but
Okay, I've heard enough from these two.
Mhm.
Let's see if I can pop out.
okay, just be gentle. Okay, that was gentle. Thank you. Hi. How you feeling?
I'm out. You actually freed me, didn't you? I'm outside. Thanks for giving me a second chance, killer.
No problem. Thanks for giving me a second chance, because I sure as hell left a terrible first impression.
Don't mention it.
I think this is where I'm meant to be.
Okay. Then off you go. It's funny, the first time I saw that, I was probably a little more terrified, but if this is what she wants, then who am I to argue?
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her?
You have used up your free trial of dancing. You must purchase a subscription to continue. Damn it! Everything is piecemeal now. Can't have shit in this side of on this side of the world.
And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
Well, because it needs me to look into it. But my memory of the previous lives we led are back, and don't worry about it. We'll be fine. Well, I'll be fine, and then I'll meet you guys on the other end of this.
But it feels so bad. Like looking into it right now is going to be the end of everything.
Well, if you guys really are shards of broken glass, then you're probably like pieces of a mirror in my soul, just like this is a mirror, so that's probably why you go.
Don't
Well,
need
or
to comfort him.
you could be pieces of this mirror, we're just not seeing where it broke off. So. But yeah, it'll be alright. I'll see you guys in a little bit. Cold, maybe not you so much. It depends on if we decide to be a dickhead and just stab her again, but we'll see what happens on the other side. Hero, I'll see you soon.
Okay. If you say so. We'll trust you. Whatever makes you happy.
I don't know if this makes me happy yet, but let's see how the hand thing likes its new vessel. Alright. What happened to me now? Is that the word you've got for it? It looks like I have cancer. Jesus Christ. Oh, is that what this place is called? The Long Quiet? Okay, fair enough. Off we go. Well, there she is again. Let's see how what the hands think of this one.
Flickering lights and empty cityscapes become pockets of vitality and movement. I am more than I was before.
You like this live stream. If only it were possible to like a video twice. Well, I appreciate that. I'm trying to because I've played this before this stream. I played the PC version a little bit before I played this for the stream. That's why it's not if it is a game that I've never played before, it would say Slay the Princess Blind, basically. So it's live because I've played it before. But I try to, even if I've played the game before, I try to behave in the commentary in such a way that I haven't seen it before, unless it's something that I feel like it doesn't matter if I share this with you because I'm just describing how a game mechanic works or something like that. So I try to be candid about it, I guess. Because I think people who are seeing this for the first time would appreciate it more than me just spoiling the whole thing for you, you know? So, but I appreciate that you enjoy it. I'm trying my best, especially this is my first stream back after a 7-month long break, and all I've been doing over those 7 months is basically school stuff and being sick. So I'm glad that you enjoy it. Sounds like I've still got it, at least a little bit. So
Whenever you are ready, I will wipe your slate clean once again.
it's very conscientious of you. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I think it's better this way because I don't have any guarantee that the people that are watching this have seen this before, you know? So it just feels better to just, treat it and approach it in such a way that people who haven't played this get the same experience as if they were playing it, I feel like that's a better way to do it. Now, that being said, I think if you haven't played this before and you've watched up to this point, it's probably worth your time to go and buy this. I hate to say what I'm probably going to end up saying at the end of all of this, but I think this game is well worth the price of admission. There's a lot in it, so if my opinion's worth anything, there you go. That's my thought process. So, let's see how this is all gone this time. Yeah. Do you know how much you've changed? Because the last time you just had the Dancing Queen, and now you have the Dancing Queen and the Ghost.
Is a child the same as an infant?
Depends on who you
I'm an
ask.
unbroken pattern, but every vessel gives fresh perspectives and carves new avenues of expression. I am different, but I am the same.
So well, we've established at this point that the princess probably isn't human. This hand thing is definitely not human, and I've been told that I'm like this hand thing, so I'm not human. But we're evolving like humans. We're us, but the new things that we see, they change us. And you know, those sorts of thought processes make me look at this option and just think, what a cold and awful thing to say. Like, I'm the only person that this being has ever known. And you're going to say, I'm going to kill you at the end of this? Like, it's weird. I almost feel like I have a responsibility towards her, right? Towards it. I don't know if this thing has a gender, but I almost feel like I have a responsibility, like, to give her something that she's never seen before. You know what I mean? Like, to show her the world, because she can't go there. Not until we let her in. So, yeah, the adventures of Bird Person and Hands Lady. Something like that. I feel like she wouldn't be able to give me a straight answer, right? Because she doesn't even know what all of this is, so that seems like a silly question. Yeah, what does it feel like? I mean, I've experienced human stuff out of character, so I know, but in character, have I experienced that? As far as I'm aware, I started existing when the game began, so...
Eyes close in reflection. Perspectives meld together, and the breadth of my experience stretches to new corners. There are contradictions, conflicts in my nature, and there are familiarities that bind everything together.
That sounds very human.
It feels correct. This is what I need to be. This is the only path forward.
We can ask this question in a minute. So we didn't really get to experience this. But if you tried to do the same things exactly that you did previously, all the way in chapter 1 even, like if we didn't take the blade, we went downstairs, tried to talk to her, and tried to free her, you would actually find the option grayed out. You would not be able to return to the damsel again after doing it once. And that's what this is talking about. If you tried to do the same things exactly again, I did the exact opposite thing, but if you tried to, this option, this would be worth talking about. So let's talk about it.
Those paths lead to worlds you've already seen, and to perspectives I have already made my own. They are useless to us now, inaccessible. The only paths of value are those that are yet untread.
I don't know if I'd call them useless. You learned a new perspective from them, but seeing them again wouldn't give you anything new. It would just open different dialogue options. So useless is a strong word for it, but I understand where you're coming from. Let's see what else we've got here. Thank you, or why? Let's see. Oh my god, there's 2 really mean options in here. Well, 3 if we talk about this. Actually, I think if I remember correctly, if you say this one, she says, well, I've been here forever, so forever isn't really something that I care about. And in the PC version, it force closes the game. I don't know if it does that here, because this is the PS5 version, but in the PC version, it definitely force closes the game. And then depending on how long you wait before you boot it back up, she acknowledges it. She says, well, you booted it back. She basically is like, well, you've only been gone for a few seconds, but it feels like a really long time. Or if you wait like a day, she's like, well, it's been a day. Ready to do this now? I don't remember her exact words, but she has like lines of dialogue for how long away you've been. And as far as I remember, like, she can wait quite a while. So, Let's ask this, then we'll come back down to the what do you feel about me, then we'll ask the I don't want to hurt you, because I feel like that's a progression of conversation that could exist, so.
This one is vaporous. She is a dream of a life she could never have, but that longing has given her so much capacity for kindness. She will make for a yearning heart.
Well, that sounds nice, actually.
Do not mourn her. She will finally be able to hold what she never knew.
It sounds like we're really making a difference, though, when she says things like that, you know? So, we'll come back to that in a minute. And this one's fair, I think, actually, because the only way that you were able to even access this one is if I murdered her in cold blood. And, I mean, I regretted that. I still do.
The vessels are shaped by memories of you, but their impulses are drawn to the edge of the long quiet. To them, you are a gate to something more, and any hurt you've caused them is understood as a fair price for freedom. But they are only thoughts and perspectives. They are not me.
Well, they might think of it as a fair price, but is it fair to them? I'm not sure if it is.
The wounds they've suffered carve texture around my heart. Without them, I would be as I was before.
I guess that's fair.
I would be alone and without sensation. I could not feel the joy of having you by my side, for I would not know your absence.
See, when she says stuff like that, like, how could I not want to be good to her when she says stuff like that? Like, come on, man. Maybe I'm just a sap, but like, that's such good... It's just such a well-written piece of dialogue to ingratiate you to her way of thinking. You know what I mean? Like, it's just... Sometimes this game just gets me, and I'm like, wow, they really wrote that. Someone really wrote that, you know? How very utilitarian of her. Yeah, her... I don't necessarily agree with the way that she looks at things, but there's still that feeling, like I need to be responsible to her, you know what I mean? So that she doesn't end up doing the things that the narrator fears that the princess could do, where she could destroy the world. I mean, we're in a world of emptiness now, so I don't know if there's much of a meaning if she destroyed this one, but, you know. The Hands Lady is nice after all, and the writers sure know what they're doing. Yeah, props to the writers. I mean, I'm going to say it again when we get to credits, but like, yeah, props to the writers, man. They did a really good job with us. So, let's go back down. Let's see. Oh, they got rid of that one option, so they both must have been connected, I think. Okay, interesting. I guess we could ask that question now. Let me just make sure we're not asking that one. We'll come back to this one after we ask this one. I could say thank you, but... Well, let me think about this, because she just said something that would ingratiate me to what she wants to do. So would I say thank you, or would I ask why? No, I'll say thank you. We've been cordial so far. Let's be cordial.
Why wouldn't I be kind to you? You are the only thing I know that isn't me.
It's the way she phrased that, right? Like, it shows me that... Well, I mean, we know, right? We know at this point that she's not human. But there's not enough humanity in her yet. Because if there was, she would have said, "You're welcome," or something to that effect. Here, there is a niceness in her soul, but it's not fully formed yet, you know? And there's that sense in the back of my head that there's something more to that, but we'll figure that part out. I don't know if she would know the answer to this question. I don't know if she'd know the answer to this question either. But let's see if she's forming what she wants to do.
With every gift you bring me, I excavate the alleys of what I am meant to be. and every exploration yields new and complicated truths. What I will be is different than what I am, and what I am is different from what I was. I cannot tell you what desires I will hold when I have changed. But in this moment, all I want is to know myself and to know you.
I was going to say that's fair, because who could possibly know what the future holds when you're changing so much, but she seems to be holding on to this one thing about knowing me and knowing you. And it's not a bad thing, it's nice, but there's just that feeling, you know? Like there's more to it than that. But I think most of the rest of the questions are pretty much, we already kind of know the answer, so. Alright, send me back there, hand lady.
I will long for your return, but it will give me time to reflect on what I am.
Well, let me know what you figure out when I get back, okay?
We will meet again.
Ow. 7 years of bad luck. So that's 14 now.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
I'm sure there is, Mr. Narrator, but unfortunately, that princess is going to have to wait, because that's going to do it for today's episode of Slay the Princess, the Stream Edition. Come back next time, which will probably be, let me think, today's Saturday. How do I want to leverage this with my schoolwork? Because I have 2 more term papers to write for the rest of the semester. I have my homework for this weekend, but after that I only have to rewrite my notes 4 more times for the rest of the semester. I know that probably sounds ridiculous to some people. It's like, what do you mean rewrite your notes? The classes are hard, trust me. I'm up in the 300 and 400 levels now. Things are getting a little tricky. But we can discuss all that the next time. It's no big deal. I didn't really even go over that today. But probably what I'll do, because I don't have classes in the morning on Thursday, so probably next Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, we will return and we'll play this next loop. See if we can't get into some new misadventures with the princess and the narrator. So, thank you for watching, everybody. I appreciate you coming out to just YouTube, because we're doing this one just on YouTube this time. But I do appreciate you coming out to check out the stream. Before I was streaming on Twitch, for those who aren't aware. All of the archived streams from before are archives from my Twitch streams, but I decided, you know what? I'm already exporting all these over to this platform anyway. I might as well just do it all on the same platform. It's less work for me, and right now, with me being in school full-time and working part-time, less work for me sounds nice. Anyway, I'll see all of you on the next one, which will most likely be next Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Until then, everybody, take care and have a good one.